Hello everybody and welcome to episode 19 of Curse of Mother Mystery. Tonight we will be playing the model Curse of Strahd, but it's been slightly transformed and changed, and it's played in the setting and system of Frostmark the RPG. As always, there's a content warning during these sessions of bad language, gore, and gothic horror. And with me, I have a wonderful cast of players. I have Lady Lear, the half of Omegas, played by Julie. Hello.
What the fuck were you thinking, Nix?
I got Kelvin, the Gnome Ranger, played by Wiwi. Welcome.
Your kneecaps are now forfeit.
I got Nix of the Vistani, the Tiefling Bard, played by Adrian. Good evening.
Net 20, baby!
And certainly not the least, Sir Asphodel, the Silver Dragonborn Paladin, played by Aeronox. Hello!
Hello!
Yes. What happened last time? There was a lot of role-playing and very little action last time, actually. Asphodel made some bat sausages. They were expertly made, but spiced to like 150%. Ilaria refused to eat Asphodel's sausage.
Oh.
Ilaria also snuck off in the
Stay
middle
away
of the
from me
night.
with your sausage!
Okay. To search the Vistani prison wagon once more and find a peculiar symbol being etched into the wood. They then fell asleep, woke up, prepared the horses, rode with Holtz and Aragol towards the gates of Vallaki, and had a very tense standoff first with Isik Strasny, the red tiefling with a demonic, deformed looking left arm that is just out of proportions and out of whack, with an attitude problem, it seems like, barring them entering. But eventually he got persuaded to go and collect Baron Vargas Vlakovic. And when he arrived to the scene, he was threatened with war from the Vistani unless he lets one of them in to investigate Arabelle's disappearance, and bribed with the notion of Dragon Crush wine that is supposed to be used at a festival that is coming up soon. A mysterious barrel-shaped man with large salt and pepper beard and long hair, also came forward from the crowd of onlookers to try and persuade the burgomaster for whatever reason. And eventually he asked Nix to come up so we could ask him the question, do you serve the devil? Where Nix tried to play it off as he was merely a servant of Lady Illyria Featherpaw. And he had no idea about the climate of Barovia. And with all of these forces backing Nix and a few critical 20s, the party is allowed inside of Vallaki if they follow the rules, and if Nix is going to be an investigator, he required to have a guard escort if he wants to enter any private buildings or government buildings. And with that, we are going to go back to our scene outside of the Vallaki gates. There we go. We're gonna switch the music too. But I think this one. The guards are swarming outside of the gates. It seems to be about 4 going over to Holzwagen and 4 coming over to you. Argal and the 2 Vistani nods towards Holtz, Nix, the rest of the party, and Argal says, I do not like leaving the camp unsupervised for a long time now that Luvash is out in the woods searching for Arabelle. So I think you should be fine for now, but you know where to find me if you need me. He says to all of you, like the whole group of people.
We got this.
Very well then.
We will find out.
Do we?
If she
We
is
got
here.
this.
We got this. He looks uncertain, but yeah.
Illyria, just like kicks you a little, like, we got this.
Yeah.
I meant to say guidance.
Asphodel just sort of like sighs. I'll make sure they won't get into trouble. Or at least try.
Anyone?
No, you are not.
Oh.
We aren't a bunch of children.
In that
He
regard-
looks at
me like
you.
one.
You start
Wow.
I am pretty sure I'm an adult.
Don't
Physically?
have- Yes. Thank you, Kelvin.
Mentally?
Since when does Kelvin get a say in this?
I'm actually pretty smart.
Aragal backs out of this conversation. And it says, right, I can see that you have everything handled. Be careful. And then just backs away. No
He's
one-
regretting letting us have to try and find her.
He's like, this is the people we sent in there. What the fuck were we thinking?
And he goes up to Halswagen as they're like swarming around them on first, delivers a few private words to him, and then is given a horse, and they Divstani rides off.
Well, there's no time like the present to enter the gates of a town that, well, is likely to hate me. So, let's get this over with.
I agree with you, yeah.
All right. There's 4 guards coming over toward your wagon, and you can see on them that they mean business. They are going to search the whole of the wagon and whatever you guys have on yourselves. So, what is inside of the wagon?
Oh no.
In the wagon is horse feed,
The amount.
Mm-hmm.
some bat meat rations.
Yeah, I was about to say a concerning amount of bat sausage, maybe. I don't know if
It's not that many.
I don't know if
10.
Asphodel has.
It's just
Wait,
sausage.
no,
that's
Asma
smells
just have some
peculiar.
around her neck.
That's 10 too much. That's 10 too many.
It's well
a
made.
dragonborn who's like 9 feet tall, so I think it makes sense.
Yeah. I think the only thing that we have in there is just like an almost empty bottle of wine and like one old bastard sword.
Yeah, we have a
Yeah.
bastard sword.
A bastard sword in there, yeah.
Don't call me that.
Alchemist.
I propose Illyria just swinging Kelvin around like a sword now.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
One of the guards, who seems to be a pretty young boy, maybe 18, 19 years of age. The older guards around you seems to be more like quiet. Well, this one seems to be a bit more talkative, but he turns to you guys and says, right, this is illegal. And he points towards the rustic old bastard sword that you have lying inside of the wagon. And I can see also on your persons that you also carry weapons that are not licensed. These, all of them, will have to be confiscated into our weapon archive. Unless you
Will
want
we
to
get
go
him back?
when you leave Vallaki, if you want to carry your weapons and your armor inside of Vallaki, then you need to go to the burgomaster and petition a license of profession.
Right.
Yes. We give you our weapons and we can have them back once we leave.
When you leave the gates, you can pick them up, but there is a fee for us taking care of them.
So let me, if I understand correctly, and Asphoda kind of like steps forward and kind of cranes her neck downwards towards the smaller.
She's
Yeah.
doing the thing. She's doing the thing.
So if I understand correctly, you wish to take our weapon for our own protection, but also for your safety. But in doing so, charge us, in which we have no say in the matter, to prevent this.
He
Is this
wets.
correct?
He wets his lips a little bit, looking up into your face.
There's like his, his, as he kind of like lick his lips, like wet his lips, as it like frost over just a bit, being just close enough to Asphoda's breath. It'll chill.
Ooh. Yeah, he takes like a minuscule like step backward, but then like trying to like straighten his back, getting irritated at himself for being intimidated, and he continues. Everybody is safe inside of Vallaki because of the Baron's work and our effort, the town guard. And the fee is for us making sure that nobody else takes your weapons. It's just a fee for us keeping them safe.
What is the fee?
It's depends upon the size of the weapon or the armor. A smaller weapon, 5 silver. For a bigger weapon or a larger set of armor, 1 gold coin. If you would like to go and petition the burgomaster for a license of profession, as in your hunters, or there's a hammer for a blacksmith, or a dagger for a carver, that would cost you about 5 to 15 gold coins to get such a license.
Excuse me, you need a license to have a blacksmith's hammer?
Of course. Inside of the gates of Vallaki, everybody is safe because of these rules that our honorable burgomaster has set up.
Okay.
Rejoice, for you have now entered the most safe place that there is in Barovia. Here you can rest easy.
She looks at the they're wielding spears, right?
Yeah, let me double check what they have. Blip, 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 blip. Vallaki guard. Hello. Club, pike, and shortbow.
Club, pike, shortbow.
And leather armor.
She
also
kind
seem
of
to have a horns hanging by their belt and a set of manacles.
Gotcha. She looks up and looks at this young feller up and down and asks, So, my halberd here. And she kind of like gestures to the halberd that's sticking out from like her back. Is not permitted. However, your licensed weapon, she gestures to his pike, is.
Well, do you belong to the guard of Vallaki?
No, I was asking, or about to ask, if I could have that on loan, if that is allowed.
This particular weapon is bound to my license to the burgomaster as a member of the guard.
Guess
There are
we're
many
buying
words.
spoons then.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but it's part of how we keep Vallaki safe.
But wineless so far.
There are evil forces in this valley. Outsider. And we are doing everything in our power, especially the burgomaster, to protect ourselves from such.
I'm very aware of the evil forces outside. I've seen them face to face, and this halberd on my back has skewered many of them. She gets closer, kind of cranes, not even like take a step close, just cranes her neck down
Yeah,
farther,
sure.
removing my weapon to protect myself from the evil forces outside your gates. Only we. Hold on, I got the words, but it wasn't want to come out of my mouth. Removing this weapon from my back serves only to hinder my protection, as well as yours. Because say that something inside came, from the outside came in, and you didn't know. Well, I could assist when need be. Because I've seen what's outside. And you, young one. She kind of cranes downwards to be level, her neck level to him. You would have a very, very hard time. So my halberd can be your protection.
He actually looks like a pretty honest young lad who believes in his work and his purpose, and he doesn't seem so intimidated this time. And he says, "With all due respect, outsider, we trust you inside of our own walls as guests of trade. I heard. Now you need to trust us that we will keep you safe."
Don't expect us to be here that long, Asoda.
Ashley kind of looks to Nyx.
How do we know? How do we know he is safe?
Don't. But it's not like Asoda is harmless without her halberd. And besides, this is both trade and political. I'm sure your noble heritage will come in handy should we need to reacquire our tools. Besides, I don't think this is someone, and he kind of like points in he tries to mimic a noble. He points with his pinky to the guard boy. So like, I don't think this one has the authority to change anything. He's just a messenger.
He doesn't.
His cheeks goes a little bit red.
It's okay, boy. I
We
know
don't
what you're
want
going
to-
through.
We don't want to give you a hard time, so we will follow your rules, right? And she just looks to Asphoda.
I might only have been here for a year as a member of the guard, but I'm a respected member of this organization. I will have you all know.
No.
Calvin's gonna look
said-
up at him like, yeah.
Nobody said otherwise.
It's very good. Now, if you want to, you can return to the Vistani camp I don't know why you would want to go back to such a place and leave your stuff there and come back, or you can leave them in our hands and paying the fee. Nothing of it will be touched. It will just stay inside of our guard barrack.
Will we get a token that you have, like a receipt?
Of course, we are civilized people.
Naturally.
Very well then. She takes her halberd and just kind of like stabs it into the ground. 1 gold piece. Correct.
For that weapon, definitely yes. Your
Good.
armor would also be 1 gold piece.
She looks at the rest of the party and kind of like whispers like to the farthest one away from this guard. Who's standing the furthest away from this guard?
Like there's 3 of them, like standing in the background, like rummaging through the wagon. After we're
Alright.
done with that, they're like kind of like looking at all of you, sizing you up.
She's gonna like whisper something to like Nix's ear and just say, "I only have 1 gold piece."
Okay, Nix is gonna like hear just like a twitch and it's like gonna square up to in front of the boy, the guard. He goes, I do not think you want to relinquish a political party's uniform. Otherwise, this could get really sticky for you. And you've been working here for a while, and I'd hate to have your reputation get tarnished for stripping a political envoy of their traditional garb.
There
If
must
you would
be
like-
a way of doing a compromise here. An armor is still an armor. Maybe she can keep a tabard or a pin, or I don't know.
Look at the size of her. And he's gonna put his arm around the side over the boy and go like,
Yeah.
just take 1 minute here. Instead of thinking about your rules and regulations, let's look at the reality of the situation here. And he just like takes a pause and kind of gestures to Asphoda, and then in a way that seems very obvious, like what he's asking is the most ridiculous thing he's asking for.
Ah, right. He gets a little bit flustered and he says, it's, I had to go and get Isaac, to answer this, I can't.
How about
an
you join
armor-
us? We are about to go to the Baron, perhaps?
What about?
We-
Okay,
maybe,
listen to this. What about you relinquish all this stuff into our custody for now, and if you do get back your arms and if you do get permission from Isaac or Burgomaster later today, we will pay you back.
I don't think that is the matter at hand here. What is your name?
France?
France. I assume that you enjoy being a guard in Vallaki, France.
What is that supposed to mean, mister?
Well, you know, just like everyone else does, that this is Lady Illyria Feathermore from the Protectorate outside the Mists on a political mission to speak to the Baron of Vallaki.
Well, with all due respect, if this was such a transgression, you should have brought up this matter when he was here. It's against the rules.
We did.
I cannot.
I think we should comply for now as to not cause any incidences.
Once you're inside the gates and we have gone through the proper regulations and customs, if you go and have an audience with our Captain Strasny or
Ilaria just sort of like sneaks over to Asphoda and whispers like, "Are wearing something underneath, right?"
She looks at Illyria and says, "What? That's kind of why I won. That's the problem. Unless you want to see a very plain tattered shirt and shorts, I might as well be in my underwear."
Right. Well, what we can do is we can go inside and we can speak to your manager.
I want to talk to the manager.
But we can do it inside if you'd be so kind to point the way. You wouldn't want such a formidable entity
Weapons
as
and armor must be relinquished before the gates of Vallaki. This is custom. This is law.
Is there a law about coming into your place in underwear?
Oh, oh
Because
my!
you are making me walk
Oh,
in my
Lordy
underwear.
Lord, I didn't know. That must be horribly embarrassing. Is there? I have some sheets.
How dare you
We-
insinuate that you cover my political envoy with sheets?
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
who do you think you are?
Do business. I'm sure maybe if we bring it up with Burgomaster, we can look past this issue. I think the rest of us are more than willing to relinquish our armor. And she just sort of like looks towards Nyx and then Kelvin and is not entirely sure if any of them are wearing armor.
How gracious of you, my lady. That would be most welcome. And I say this with absolutely no offense. I don't know what to call you. I'm very sorry, outsider. You walking around town with just your underwear would still be as weird to us if you were in armor.
I don't know what you're saying. Are you saying that you want her to walk around naked in your
No,
town?
no, that's not.
Hey, everybody! This guy wants this lady to
Can
walk
we
around
solve
naked in your
this?
town.
Can we solve this problem?
Maybe he really needs a drink, but I don't know. Talking
Oh
about
my
getting
God.
ladies naked
Oh
at the
Lord,
gate.
Lord, please do not use this against me. And he like looks towards the three guards behind him that are chuckling. And, like try to be professional, but they're about to like burst out of laughter. But then they say, "Sure, Franz, we will definitely forget this moment."
This guy hasn't had many relations for a while, right, guys?
Oh my morning Lord, can you shut? I'm
Nyx,
sorry.
I think
no, I didn't
it's
mean to say that.
enough.
Kelvin is snickering hard at this. He's finding it funny as
Nyx,
fuck.
I think it is enough.
I'm trying to save Asphoda's dignity here, Illyria.
We all
you have
are, but
any
in the
other
process, you're
clothes?
destroying this young man's dignity.
He's the guy wanting to get Asphoda naked. I mean,
To trade.
Well, he apparently wants to see me naked.
No, that's not what I said. Outside
well,
there,
it's going to
please.
be one or the other, Franz. I
Can't
mean,
we find a solution to this?
the solution is you don't
Don't
want
you
to
have
see what's
any
underneath the
other
armor.
clothes, please? Please
No,
tell me that you
I
no.
hadn't. I
we have a
had
tent.
just the one.
Well, it is what it is. I'm sorry, it's the law. If there is no law against public indecency by an outsider, but there's a law against armor. So
Oh,
this is how it is.
there's no law against
It's
public
time to go
indecency.
streaking in Vallaki, guys.
Asphoda begins to unbuckle the straps of her armor
Yeah.
while staring right at this poor young man.
His cheeks go immediately red, and he like turns sideways to you, and like trying to give you some privacy. Thank you for complying, Miss. It means a lot. Now, the rest of you, I see a leather armor on Lady Illyria. I'm very, very sorry, but we need to take those leather armor parts. I also see that you have a beautiful blade. We will take care of it. I promise you.
Of course. And she just sort of like, gets out of her armor, gives over the rapier.
Okay, So Asvada is leaving ring armor for 1 GP, a halberd for 1 GP. Illyria is leaving a leather armor for 5 SP and a rapier for 5 SP. Do you have any other weapons on you guys, Asvada and Illyria?
No.
Because they will pat you down.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Let me have a look. I don't think she does because I'm pretty sure the rapier is the only thing I could afford.
I only have ring mail and halberd. We got 5 leather workers' tools in here that she doesn't mind leaving behind.
Illyria spent most of her money on her armor only to get a new one.
Yeah, the leather worker tools would also be here because they would include like sharp objects and stuff like that, but that would just be 5 SP.
Yeah, she can like leave that behind. Like he's not using them.
Alright, Illyria, that was it. Alright, and then they turn their gaze towards Kelvin.
He does not look happy.
I see that you have a bow. I must regretfully inform you that I need to take that one too, and all your arrows, but don't worry, that's a package deal.
If I find the scratch, I swear to God. And he's gonna take it off, and he's gonna take off the quiver and give it over.
Master Small Person, I promise you. We will take good care of it.
Kelvin looks like he's about to slap this guy.
Kelvin, you are fully closed.
Okay, so short bow, 5 SP.
Doesn't mean I'm not gonna slap him.
And you also have armor, right? Leather armor. Oh, yeah.
He has reinforced leather armor or something, I think. Yeah, reinforced leather.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it's a short bow and leather armor, so since it's so small, it's just 5 for you. Alright, and Nyx, you don't have armor or weapons, do you?
I have a fancy coat.
Yeah, no, they don't care about the fancy coat. But it's not as fancy anymore because it's, you know...
It's inverted. Yeah, it's got heckin' lining.
That's true. That's true. But you also have the rusty bastard sword.
Yeah.
That's in the cart. I mean, I'm not carrying that at all.
No, but if
Nobody cares for it.
that one will also be taken.
I guess Illyria will pay for it.
And that would be 1.
She has so much money, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
He has
Tell
Dave's.
Frostmark
He has
or not.
Dave's bridle.
Oh no, those things. Oh yeah, right. Yeah. No, those things wouldn't. Looking through Nick's stuff, one of the guards who rummages through it looks up to you with 2 containers in his hand. One that says laughter and the other one that says youth, and raises an eyebrow at you. And what is this supposed to mean?
What do you think it means?
He just raises an eyebrow and just looks evenly at you, like he's not gonna play your game.
They are merely external protectorate rations. They like to name them.
Alright, he is going to open the lid of both of them
Mm-hmm.
and look at what's inside. Now I need to go back into my notes.
Are we getting busted for drugs we forgot we had?
I don't know if they're drugs.
I swear to fucking God. Nix, we told you not to bring any drugs.
I don't know if they're drugs. I don't think they're drugs.
Hey, it's okay. In our other game, somebody dumped a jar of coke or something on my bard, and she still has it, probably.
Oh yeah, and Yama actually has a 5-gram bag of really fucking hard drugs.
It's a freaking terrible town to get into. I can't imagine any trade happening whatsoever.
Wow.
Illyria's like, and I thought the protectorate was kind of stuck up.
And burn this place to the ground.
It would be my pleasure.
Where the fuck is my... Me. Oh, it's...
This is when he wishes he had his cooking utensil.
Well. Both of them are going to contain a weird, smelly liquids of different qualities. And he's going to ask, what is this?
I just told you, they're rations from the Protectorate. Flavors over there are slightly different than here in Barovia, and to be honest, here is very bland. I have a sausage here that perhaps might take your fancy.
Here I found it. Yes. He opens a container for youth, and it seems to be a gold-colored honey inside, or syrup. It's like a very, very thick liquid with a sweet aroma around it, and he puts that one back. But the laughter bottle is a black liquid that seems to be clotted in parts.
Oh.
And gives off a very foul stench.
That must have gotten bad. Oh my god.
It's been a long journey. I mean, I've done my best to keep my rations safe and secure. But I'm so sorry, Lady Illyria.
Should I throw it away then? I'm not entirely sure if I want this inside.
Well, it's not dangerous at all. You can take a sip if you like. I mean, it's maybe a little
no.
spoiled, but it's...
What is it supposed
Well,
to
like
be?
I have my other rations here. Do you want to inspect these as well as the feed for the horses?
I've already inspected the feed for the horses. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Now this is...
Right. And we have already said that we are from outside in the mist. Are you suggesting that everything is the same as it is here?
Is this supposed to be some kind of drink or spice or what?
It goes with the other rations. It's issued. I do not make questions, and I get what I'm given.
Okay, let's make here.
It's a seasoning used to,
Okay.
Make the rations taste a little less bland, although it seems very spoiled now.
All right, make a deception manipulation with advantage since Illyria is over there helping you.
Go.
How to get
any
into
chain?
bullshit to guards.
Oh, wait. Advantage.
Advantage.
Oh yes, with advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage.
Oh,
Oh,
30, 20.
damn. I'm sorry to say, but I rolled a critical.
You took my 20!
I told you it would be no more.
Oh no, now Bexxy's gonna be rolling them all session.
He looks between you two, with like a furrowed brow, smells the thing again, like almost throws up and says, right, then you do not mind me throwing this away, just in case there is some weird mold or something in here that can hurt somebody or you.
Not at all, do we? Just looks.
I don't mind. Which one was that? Laughter?
Yeah.
Alright, sure.
We don't even know what it does. We forgot about it. It's fine.
And he just goes a little bit off the path and just empties the contents. And there's like a leaf that sizzles a little bit, and he scratches his head over it, like, what the fuck is in this?
Chemicals, lots and lots of chemicals.
We're with a freaking
called
massive
processed
dragonborn. Yeah.
Processed foods.
Yeah.
And he closes the lid and gives you back the container. They go through, the ingredients that you had, from the mill, the windmill. Like, I get a little bit confused.
seasonings?
Why you have so many, like, bakery items with you guys?
I
Normally to bring on the road.
We're freaking like on the road. Jesus, what's this guy's problem?
Oh, those
Lady
are my
Illyria has a very refined taste.
Right? It's like they just. God.
No, they don't point it out, but they get a little bit confused.
You know, you know how nobles are.
Yes, I made special sausages with those spices. Would you like to try? I was told that they're quite good.
Illyria just
Elmer was
smells.
like,
They're delicious.
After seeing that black liquid, none of them seem really up for it, and the same guy says, we're on duty. We cannot put a take. Right, with all of this, it seems like it changes the conversation. That you owe us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold pieces and 5 silver coins.
When we pick up our equipment on the way out.
Normally it is paid up front, so as payment of us keeping it safe.
Right, but we don't know how long we're going to be. So I mean, we could be here for 1 hour or several days, and maybe there'll be a larger fee. Who knows? So I just figured, hey, if you are taking our things, we get our receipt, and then we come back, we give you the receipt. It's not like our things are going anywhere. And you can see we have a naked dragonborn with us now, thanks to you. It's not like we're going to leave this shit behind.
Oh my god! roll a persuasion with manipulation.
I feel like as this is going, Asper's kind of looking at her scales. It's like, like all the lint and stuff is like picking off between her scales.
The guards turn to each other. Franz with like a quizzical look towards his more veteran guards, and one of them raises his shoulders and shrugs and whispers, "Nobles from another country. I don't know." And Franz turns back with a with a look. He doesn't know exactly what to do, but then says, I think that should be fine. I'm going to ask the captain later to make sure, but for now that's what we will go with. But I will give you receipts.
Can you give us our dignity too? Because you took that.
What did you say?
Can you give us our dignity too? Because you took that.
He scratches his head and says, it's not. It's for the safety of Vallaki. We will suffer any
Keep telling
inconvenience."
yourself that.
And he then looks at you in a more official manner, and he continues. Right. We have now searched your persons and your belongings and any vehicles that you bring inside of Vallaki. Now I only need to recite the laws, so you know what to expect. Of course, in any other kind of settlement, you are not allowed to bring bodily harm onto anybody else or steal anything. Of course. There is also not allowed to mention the name of the count. It's strictly illegal, even in written form. Know that even now, as I say the name, it is the last time you will hear it within the gates. Instead, if you must refer to the aforementioned individual, you will refer to him simply as the devil. This noble town holds a festival each week in honor of the resident general merriment and continued support of the burgomaster, Baron Vargas Vlakovic. As guests of Vallaki, you will not be required to aid in the preparation of our festivals. However, your attendance and participation in each and every festival is absolutely mandatory for the length of your stay. Failure to attend will be in strict opposition to Vallakian law. The next great Vallakian festival, the Festival of the Blazing Sun, will be held in 3 days' time in the evening in the town square. Failure to comply with any Vallakian law will mark you as criminals to our city, and you will be punished as such in accordance to our justice system. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask them.
So, it's a cult, right?
Don't say that out loud.
I don't know what you're speaking of.
Never mind. Clearly, we are just foreigners from another land that
I'm
very
sure a lot of
confused.
our customs would seem strange to you. She smiles.
No, what we do inside of Vallaki is for the safety of the people. It's incredibly vital in these times and lands that we live in.
So
Sounds-
may I ask about the penalty for those crimes?
Depends upon the severity of the crime. There can be a fine. We can confiscate belongings. There can be time in the stockyard. There can be imprisonment, and I really do not hope that that will befall onto any of you, but you might meet the other in the Reformation Center, but I don't believe that you are that heinous of people. If worst come to shove, it's hanging.
We have no intent of breaking any of those laws, I assure you.
Of course. Certainly do not hope so. Well,
Just to clarify, is it only the devil or other not mentioning the names are okay?
do not mention the devil if you do not have to. And if you absolutely must, then the only thing that is allowed is the devil. But
Got it.
I would refrain of talking about such inside of Vallaki. It is not our way and frowned upon.
Well, I'm certainly not here to talk about the devil, I assure you.
Good.
Can I refer to him as a prick?
It seems a little bit weak when it comes to insults.
If it's said enough, it really doesn't feel that weak, trust me.
Maybe.
You speak from experience, Calvin?
Close enough.
But inside of the gates of Vallaki, everything is well. Everybody is happy. There is no need to talk about the devil.
Of course.
Alright. Then I declare Vallaki open to your presence. And he walks up to the gates. It seems like halts by now. Since you guys were more people, his wagon took quicker to go through. So he was politely waiting for you guys to be finished, and together you trot into the roads of Vallaki.
As we walk in, Illyria will sort of like walk next to Asphoda and will be like, "Are you feeling alright, or should we go ask about those sheets?"
Are there any guards nearby?
Yeah, they're like walking past you. You're just right now just standing inside of the gates of Vallaki. They're heading towards this like building here beside the gate with all your stuff. And it just seems to be some guards around. There's also a group of curious citizens, just like 20 meters up the road, standing in clusters, whispering to each other and looking at you guys.
Okay. She's just gonna like kind of whisper in her ear. I honestly didn't need those sheets. I just wanted him to be flustered.
Poor guy.
It fucking worked.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Poor
Thank you
kid
so
will
much. That
never
made
live
my day.
down.
And she just, she walks as proudly as she does with armor.
Illyria is like, Illyria thought it was hilarious, but she feels bad for the kid.
Yeah, fuck him.
I understand that. Let's see. Yes. As you enter Vallaki, you see a variety of structures. Small houses made of rough wooden planks, and larger buildings with wide wooden support beams bordering white-washed clay. These once pristine white walls are now jellied with age and neglect. The wood stain of the support beams has crept onto them like decay across a rotting tooth. Many of the larger buildings have their second floors jutting out of the sides, creating an overhang above the cobble streets below, and some even have wooden balconies and banisters. Many of these overhangs has pieces of string and weather strips of paper and cloth dangling from them, the sad remnants of hastily removed decorations. In the gutters along the streets, you notice more discarded decorations, torn streamers, sodden pamphlets, and a forlorn banner that reads, "All will be well," in rough streaks of red paint. Vallaki citizens hurry past you with gates averted or stand in clusters staring at you. Some look to their feet when they meet your gazes, others just stare right back. There are evidently more residents here in Vallaki than the village of Barovia, and they also seem to be a bit more healthy and seem to have heavier purses. They also seem to be tense and disinclined to engage in small talk with you. Everyone seemed to be hurrying from one place to the next, busy with one thing or the other. The only people not in rush are the town militia. These men and women patrol the streets in pairs, uninformed, uniformed, and armed. I read wrong. They squint their eyes at you in suspicion as they pass you by, hands resting on their clubs or pikes as if you might at any moment perform an act deserving of a beating. A surprising amount of these patrols cross your path as you make your way through the town. The cobble streets are also bordered with stretches of low-cut grass, but where there are open spaces between the houses, the Vallakians try to grow food wherever they can, which seems to be a depressive ordeal. These open fields allow you to see all the way to the wooden palisade encircling the town. But before you can come up towards the crowd of people that was standing about 30 meters down the road, that same salt and pepper barrel-shaped guy breaks from the crowd once more and approaches your wagon, not Holt's. Let me bring out the picture as we wait for the big thing to load. Even though his features are that of a brown bear, he's large with with a brooding brow. His expression is open and warm, and he says, "Another pair of outsiders has once again graced Vallaki. Welcome. I am Erwin Martikov. I'm the cook of Blue Water Inn. I saw that you were in a bit of a trouble coming in with... I am confused, my tiefling friend, but do you belong to the Vestani or do you not?"
I find that kind of racist, if I'm honest.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. What do you see yourself as?
I see myself as a tiefling. What do you see yourself as?
Maybe having a bit too many ales here and there?
That is apparent. But I don't like to put labels on myself.
Oh, I see. I think I understand. Well, whatever you are welcome in the Blue Water Inn. I guess that you're in need of lodgings? Let me tell you, the Blue Water Inn is a cozy place run by me, my wife, and I have 2 little runs running around, Broom and Bray. Always get into mischief, I tell you, but they're cute, I promise you.
Can I, like, check him out? Like, if he's approaching us, he knows we have wine in the back of our cart, and we know he runs an inn. Can I check, like, if he's pitching to us for the purposes of us bringing him wine?
Mm-hmm.
And not for our, the betterment out of his good heart?
I mean, I just assume he's trying to get us to stay there either way.
Mm-hmm. Vibe check his intentions. Like, is he like a used car salesman's kind of approach here, like slapping the side of our cart and saying, "Oh, this here will get you into our Blue Moon Inn," or is he actually more focused on us?
Mm-hmm. Roll that empathy.
Empathy.
Oh,
with...
you didn't hear. Composure.
Yeah, no, with composure.
He seems to be a pretty open fella. With an easy smile, a loud booming voice. He doesn't seem to have any like judgment that most of the other like Vallakians like around here seem to have. He doesn't react to you guys in any other way than he would to a friend, but he does seem to want you to stay at the Blue Water Inn for one reason or the other.
So where is your Blue Water Inn, out of interest?
Was just down the road. You will it's along the main road, a little bit closer to the Vallaki Square. You cannot miss it. It's the handsomest place in town, I must say. It's built by my own family, handed down to me, and now my wife runs it. But if you need a safe place to stay, you are warmly welcome, and the first night will be on us. I know how it is to be an outsider, somebody new in these lands, and the kind of hardships that can befall you upon the road.
Do you?
Yes, There's been a few of you coming through during the years, and I've heard quite a few tales. They, like to talk when they get drunk. But my wife would know more about that, really.
I'd love to hear
She's
some
the
of
bartender.
those tales sometimes.
Sure. Of course. Right now, the entertainment in the Blue Water Inn is our new traveling carnival master, Victavio, apparently. He plays the harp. Has some fun stories to tell, I will tell you that. Anyway, we have feed for your horses. Cider's for free as well. And if you want to sit down and have an ale, the first one is free. It's on the house. Then, before Danica murders me, I think that the second one you have to pay for.
Well then.
I don't know if you want to go there immediately. I can just show you the way. If you want to look down around town, that's fine. But smack down in the middle, on the main road, our sign has a blue waterfall on it. You cannot miss it.
I think we have a few matters to attend to in town, but we'll definitely make sure to come visit when we need a place to rest.
Oh, perfect. You know the way.
We'll find it for sure.
He turns around, starts walking away, and then snaps with his hand, turns around and says, "Oh, the burgomaster told me when he was walking away to invite you all to afternoon tea at his place. Just so you guys know. It's also down the main road, but you take to the left after the second bend. And I think at that point it should be made apparent. Otherwise I can, take you there if you come by the Blue Water Inn. I could escort you there.
We'll see if we can find the place, and if not, we'll seek your help. That's all right.
Well, my door is always open. Remember that. The Blue Water Inn, cannot miss it. Well, take care, and
You too.
Leans in, lowers his voice, and says, "Do follow their laws. It's hard to protect you if you guys don't." And then leans back up, smiles. "Well, now, take care," and walks down the road towards the west. There's seems to always be somebody who says hi to him, sends a greeting, and he stops and have a chat with them, mentions them by name, asks them how their mother are, and he doesn't seem to get 5 feet down the road without getting interrupted.
He seems to be pretty jolly for, someone who lives in the
Bavaria?
dictatorship. Well, Bavaria.
I mean, maybe you should be careful about saying that.
In what way? That
I
he's
don't
jolly?
Oh no, anything about this place, Anything that doesn't imply that everything is well, apparently.
I'm 100% certain everything is not well.
Well, so am I, but...
What?
You were right when you said this place sounds kind of cultish.
I'm sure there are some strange going-ons behind closed doors. I do not for 1 minute believe that someone who claims to be something is that person on the inside.
Anyway, what do we do first?
I think maybe
shout back at you. And we've been like observing you and talking to Irvin, and he says, well, I couldn't completely hear what was going on over there, but I'm heading towards the inn to let my horse and my wagon rest.
I mean, that actually sounds like a good plan. We don't need the wagon.
You are free to join me if that is what you desire, Lady Lyria.
It would be quite awkward after I declined going there right now.
If it's awkward, maybe we can say that I convinced you. Use me as your scapegoat.
I think I can just say I changed my mind, but I appreciate it.
That works too. I just don't want this burly wagon around when I'm walking around town doing business.
What about you guys? And she just sort of like looks towards the rest of the group. I don't think we need the wagon, do we?
Oh, I don't believe so.
We have feet, we can walk.
Nyx is partly distracted.
Yours are
by,
pretty short, but yes.
Partly distracted
He's
by-
like, you didn't really just go
by Asphodel being naked. And more like an inquisitive, like, it's educational purposes, like.
It's very flat and scaly.
Yeah.
What did he do? I didn't catch.
He
He's
was
staring
distracted.
at you.
Yeah.
I was
By
distracted by the
form.
fact that, that every so often he's just like.
Glenn.
Oh, yeah.
like
The shiny silver scales.
yeah,
Nick,
whatever you want, Aliria.
You seem distracted, Nyx. Is there something on me? A bug? Maybe
He
that's-
snaps his eyes away. No, it's just. I mean, I've never seen someone so shiny before. And I'm pretty shiny.
I mean, shiny as an odd shade of purple, yes.
I mean, I'm not disturbed by the fact that you are covered in silver, but it's more. I'm surprised why you hide yourself so behind your armor when you have such mesmerizing features.
Well, I would rather not have mesmerizing features. I'm trying to get a one-up against the enemy.
You certainly got that.
Well, then, if you're finished gawking, I suppose we can have a look around, get a feel for the place.
I think Illyria at this point just like, oh yeah, sure, let's bring the wagons to the inn and just like gets going.
Nyx, after like Asphodel says stop gawking, Nyx kind of like thinks for a quick second, and then he takes off his jacket, which is like a long flowing. It goes down to the ground. So it's quite big. Obviously, Asphodel is quite big as well. But and he says, would you want this for the time being?
He looks at him and looks at this jacket. It's like offering what's his face? Who's that tall basketball player?
Kobe
Shaq.
Bryant? No.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Like Shaq. Like, it's like offering a jacket to Shaq.
I know it's not like it's like a crop jacket. It goes all. Nyx is fairly tall. He's not short.
It might be tight around the shoulders.
I'm not suggesting you wear it in the conventional sense.
Yeah,
More, you could use it as a drape or a toga or I don't know, cover up some shiny
Yeah.
bits that you might feel less inclined to want to show off.
Yeah, if you tie it around your chest, you can probably like make it into like a tunic for you.
Oh, a tunic. Well, that could be done.
A tunic.
Tunic.
A tunic. I want to do a tunic.
Like you say.
Okay, yeah, she'll take the office. Oh, thank you.
She'll make a tunic.
Be sure to
Yes.
like have it on the tapestry on the inside. It's apparently any sort of gawkiness is frowned upon here, but as you
Yes,
like.
of course. And she carefully, tries to make a tunic out of it.
A tunic.
A
You,
tunic.
oh my god. You tie it around yourself and you help
And she makes a
cover
tunic.
yourself up a bit. Doesn't do much for your your arms and your legs, but the important parts.
It is quite weighty, the jacket.
That's true. It's heavy. Heavy cloth.
Gotcha. No probes.
Alright.
And it's not gonna flow in the wind.
Especially not on fucking Asphodel.
She has her own gravitational pull.
She is a black hole in herself.
What?
Well, shall we do what you want then, Illyria? I think we should, as soon as possible, whilst we still have light, look for Arabelle. Try and get to that blue tiled roof house for...
Well, yes, but I highly doubt we're going with the wagon, are we?
No, of course. We can
So
steal the
let's do
wagon.
that first. Also, since when are you guys letting me make decisions?
We occasionally all make decisions, but
I mean, I think it's good for your character development.
Wait,
After all.
I was gonna say that in character.
Character.
Yeah, I was about to say Asphodel.
Yeah.
Illyria just glares at you.
Just looks at you normally. And that's like, oh, look how casual to say.
Breaking the fourth wall, are we?
Anyway. So do you guys head towards
Yeah, we head to the
the inn?
Blue Water Inn with Holtz. Leave our wagon.
Alright. You walk down the street. Eventually, you pass by a church. On one side of the road, and a pretty large, like mansion-style building on your left. It would be here. It seems to be slouching with centuries-old stone, stained glass windows. A fence of wrought iron that encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. A thin mist creeps among the graves, but still the church seems to be in better shape than the church back in the village of Barovia. And there's clearly activity inside of this church. A clear border between the church and the road seems to be divided by a light stone brick set in a loose circle that seems to be wrapping around the church grounds. And on both sides of the road here by the church and the larger mansion building to your guys' left is several children that sits on makeshift blankets and boxes, various bowls in their hands as they dejectedly beg for scraps and pennies to the passing crowd. Some sell small crafts like dolls and spoons made from various materials, and even for orphans they seem dejected, most of them sporting bandages and bruises aplenty.
How do they look thin? Like some of them look kind of like rail thin.
Sausages?
I mean some of them,
Sausages.
but they do seem. The starve levels doesn't seem to be in like a crisis level. I mean, sure they're thin, but they don't seem that thin. They seem to have food at least, like an okay amount of food.
Okay. She keeps that in mind. This whole scene in mind.
But they definitely seem like roughed up, if that makes sense. Like bruises and bandages. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
seem to be feeling down.
We'll keep that in mind, I think.
Wait, do their hands look like they're bruised at all, like, at the knuckles, like they've actually been fighting, or does it look like they've been beaten?
Make a perception check with intelligence.
Which type intelligence?
Intelligence.
Let me check. Oh, I've got a +8 in there, fuck yeah.
Oh my god. Smart boy.
Smart boy.
My boy. Ah, fuck.
But it's not that hard to see. I mean, there's one girl who seems to have like a bandage like around her whole right hand, but most of them don't seem to have any bruises on their hands, except for what is like normal for kids to play outside.
So it's not like they've been in rough and tumbling with each other. It's like, yeah.
No, it doesn't seem to be like they have like bruise marks on their knuckles from beating each other. No.
It's definitely no good.
Oops. Sorry. Just going back to. But you pass that. Holt seems to be pressing through the crowd. And we can reveal some more areas as you guys continue walking. You keep to the main road. It's definitely become evident to you guys that indeed it's a lot more people here, and they seem to be more busy than how things were in the village of Barovia.
Wait, weren't we supposed to meet with the burgomaster at some point?
Were we?
He wanted us to dine with him, didn't he, or something?
Afternoon tea. Invited for afternoon tea.
Yeah.
It's still
How close is it to like a
morning,
time
yeah.
where it'd be reasonable to turn up for that? Like, just
when
looking
you
at the
guys
sun.
Woke up in like Vistani hour, a little bit early for Vistani hour, and then you traveled for about like an hour, and then the gate whole thing maybe took half an hour. So it was maybe 11 in the morning right now.
Oh, okay, so we still have quite a bit of time, right?
And Holt takes you all the way down the main road here before he stops in front of this building here that is weirdly painted red on the map. Huh.
Huh.
I wonder why
They
that
did
could
this
be.
intentionally.
Huh.
Why can't I see all my text? It's weird. There. And let me take it. Let's see how this works now. See how it works. Can everybody see that?
No.
Loading for me. Or have you given us vision?
Yeah, I've got black. It's just black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same.
Black for me too.
Do we need vision?
No,
If there's
you
dynamic
shouldn't.
lighting. It might be
I have
loading
dark
as well.
vision.
Oh no, dynamic lighting is on. That's weird. It shouldn't be on. What about now?
Now.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody
yes.
can see
Oh,
that?
that looks cool.
Animated,
Fancy.
yes.
Yes! I made it!
That looks fucking cool.
Alright. Happiness is me. There's grey smoke that is billowing out of the chimney of this large two-story wooden building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall.
Oh.
I wonder which tavern this is.
Do you really, Kelvin? I thought you were smarter than that.
He's gonna look at you like, do you know what
This is not a
sarcasm
smart
is?
guy.
Because I thought you were one of the people who fucking invented it.
Ah, oh, right. Of course, I totally knew that.
He doesn't look impressed.
Alright. Holt seems to be been here before. He knows what to do. And he brings the horse and the wagon around the building to the back. I can actually move everything to this map here, and now it's supposed to be black because now I'm going to move you out on the board. Which is also animated, which is fantastic. Everybody out. We also need huts. Oh wait, and then let's give everybody vision. Hip, hip, hip. There. Wait, where did you go? You're not supposed to be there. Stop moving around. Why do you always do this, Adrian? Every time.
Dragging myself around in the darkness.
Yeah! You're not supposed to see everything. Immediately. Alright, Ilya, did you have vision there?
Yes.
Good. And then lastly, we got Kelvin.
But not least, of course.
No, of course not. Everybody has a vision?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome sauce. We need also 2 horses. Let's use this now.
I would say, Bexxy,
Mhm.
could you lower the opacity of the grid a little bit?
Yeah, definitely.
Just so I can, my immersion.
yeah, definitely.
My immersion. Yeah, because we can see it still, but it's just like I want to enjoy the animations.
I want to know who this guy is. I'm just like...
Spot him through the window.
Oh, you can see it too.
Larry is always already thirsting Solomon through the window.
Excuse me?
Isn't it called Tusk Club? For a reason.
Good book.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I think that this guy is attractive.
He has a bow. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Kelvin wants a bow.
Well, I am
Calvin
displaced
wants
the
a lot of
wagons, but you have the wagons with you.
I was really worried about the weapon thing, but then I remembered that I can just, make one.
Yeah, right,
Kelvin's
with your shadow
got 2
blade.
fucking fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Holt starts moving around. With his wagon, his horse. Fix that later. Looks over to his shoulder and says, come on, there's fresh feed.
I guess we're taking it in.
I guess we also, follow.
Yeah.
Guys, wait up, I've got shorter legs.
Aspa is just gonna pick up Kelvin
Uh-huh.
and just gonna
You didn't.
She's gonna pick him up and put her on her shoulders and just keep walking.
Scoop him.
Scoop, little scoop.
He stops here.
He obviously looks livid.
Don't like getting scooped.
He do not like the scoop.
Illyria's just like, oh no, don't do that to short people.
What do you mean? You thought he was trailing behind.
Holt stops here and detaches his
I will
horse
kill you.
from the wagon and places his wagon over here, like parked. And then brings his horse into the stables here.
Illyria will just, just a little like off where it's like, where she can find a place to put it and then do the same.
My Roll20's fucking up, sorry. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I think it's working now, sorry.
Strahd seems to be moving into this stable, like knowing where everything is. He removes the saddle and the bridle. Holtz know what everything is. Did I say something else?
You said Strahd.
What? I did?
You did!
What? He must have been in my
Strahd.
mind.
Like the imagery of Strahd putting a horse in a stable.
I have his picture over on my other screen as I was searching for the wagons, and I was looking at him whilst I was speaking.
You
oh my
were
god, I'm
simping.
so sorry. Yeah,
It's okay, I was like, wait, what is Strahd doing
I think
here?
you should apologize to the town because you said Strahd in it.
I'm
you know?
sorry. Yeah, that's true. I should put myself in.
He named his horse
Strahd.
Strahd.
No.
Just
Oh, out
a
of
big
sexual
fuck you.
love? Yeah, sure. Let's say that secretly his horse is named Strahd.
Yes.
Just whispering to himself.
Why? So he can say he's ridden Strahd?
Yeah, the horse
Oh
Strahd.
no!
Oh no! I applaud you. Good job.
Thank you. I will take a bow.
Yeah, both Holtz and the horse Strahd seems to know this area. He takes the bridle and the saddle from his horse and puts it into like a little room that is over here, like storage room. And goes over to help Illyria do the same thing. He seems to be moving around horses like he's very much used to them.
I mean, Illyria can somewhat she has some knowledge about horses, but not that much. AKA, I'm trying to say she has 1 point in animal handling.
Fair.
But yeah, she's like, as she comes in, she's like, so can I just like put him in one of the free ones? Like, does it matter? And then just get started on doing the same.
Yeah. Put the horse in here. It seems to be, except for like one other horse, his stable seems empty. He moves up this this ladder quickly here and drops down to like 2 bales of fresh hay that is sitting like in a loft above, and helps like throw in some for your Boreas and Strahd over here. And make sure that there's water in there, and immediately both Boreas and Strahd, these names, starts partaking in the food and the water. Well, I dare say that I think that they would be pretty happy for some time. Marticals are quite generous and welcoming.
I think they deserve it.
That's true. I've been carrying all that ore and all of that wine, definitely.
Ever since we lost our other horse, Boreas here has to, roll on.
May he rest in peace. And Asford just kind of like, takes out a sausage.
Oh,
you fucking let me down first.
May he rest in
I'll
peace.
start fucking peeling off your scales if you don't.
Snacks on sausage.
He
can try
turns
peeling off my
to
scale.
Illyria and says, like takes your hand in his, like grasp it gently, and he says, "I'm very sorry, but I need to immediately get to some business. I have the ore that Pearson has been waiting for quite some time. I have some other trade stops that I need to take for the Vistani, and I also need to go and talk to the burgomaster about the wine."
Yeah. Alira is like quite surprised. Then she's like, "Oh, of course, we also have business to attend to."
After it's like peeking in the door.
And he says, "I promise though to be back by dinner, and I hope that we can sit down and enjoy ourselves, maybe some ale this time, and dinner."
I'm sure we can do that.
Splendid. Now, I will take my lead. If you would come into any trouble, you are always free to come and search for me. Otherwise, Irvin and Danica are excellent hosts.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He lets go of your hand, kissing it, backs away with a little bit of a smile on his lips. Steps out, nods to you all three, like his head held high.
Thumbs up.
And he says, "I have some business to attend to. Shall we convene at dinner?"
I'm certain you do.
And he goes over and starts rummaging around a little bit in his wagon.
Nix glares at him as he walks away.
Aspa just, friendly wave, farewell, goodbye. It's just wave before looking around, like, turning around to Illyria. Just a hint of up like the very edges of her mouth, just turned upwards, little bit.
A little bit.
And she puts Kelvin down. Just kind of like plops him down.
Is everything all right?
Cunt.
Quite fine. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Isn't that right, Nix? Everything is fine.
If you say so.
Oh, well then. Now that we have ourselves situated here, I suppose we're off to take a gander around this place, looking for, before a little tea, is what they call it.
Yeah. We should probably get going then.
We should. Do you? Let's. Well, Kelvin, you're the one who spoke to the bird. Do you recall exactly where we're going?
Blue.
Weren't there a bunch of ravens sitting on the roof?
Fucking apparently.
Do you think it's here? Do you think
Is
it's
the
actually
roof blue?
I think the roof is red.
Probably not then. Might as well look around.
Sure. We can take a look and get a lay of the land, and I can perhaps sketch
Sure.
in my book a little bit of how this crazy town is laid out. Give us a little bit more.
Crazy's an
Insight.
understatement.
I think it's time we set off on our own for a while. It's been far too long that we've been surrounded by other people.
Mhm.
Right.
Are you coming? Nix will
Free to move
Yeah.
around the map.
You said there were ravens on the roof, right?
Yeah.
Lyra tries to look at the ravens.
Alright.
If only I had my ball.
You see about like a unkindness of about 7 or 8. Some of them seems to be like bickering towards, against each other, like cawing against each other. Others just seems to be like standing there and like resting with their like head a little bit low.
Did I see ravens on any other like roofs like this?
Perception intelligence.
Okay. Be a 4. Yeah.
$17.
Nice.
There seems to be some other ravens perched in trees on top of these smaller like outhouses. Also on some of the buildings around, but there's more so in this area right here. And like even so, like having like maybe 20, 30 ravens, like as you just scan like the trees and the houses around you is still peculiar.
So Illyria has a look around and I guess like take some time to catch up to the others.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of like looks at the ravens.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Lilia?
Oh yeah, I've just been wondering if there's like this many ravens everywhere in this town.
Barovia itself has many ravens. It's a sign of good luck to see so many.
It just seems like a lot of ravens around one place, you know?
Nix looks up to the roof. I suppose. I mean,
Illyria starts pointing out all the other ravens around.
Okay. And I sort of see like near other buildings that are there ravens on the other buildings?
Yeah, you also make a perception intelligence.
Nice.
Take a look-see. Go.
Yes, that's what's gonna take a little look-see. It's a pretty good look-see.
13. You do see like a raven or two like in trees or like perching on houses.
You know what? She does bring a fair point.
I mean, we can have a look around and see if this is something that's true for all of this town, but...
Sure. I mean, we are technically looking for ravens as well, so...
Mm-hmm.
Nobody said that the roof was blue, did they?
I believe Kelvin said that the
Something
belt,
blue.
that there's a blue roof house.
Wasn't it
Or
a
like
blue house?
Is that like a blue house or like a? They're birds. They could have not actually mean a fucking house. They're birds.
Maybe you want to talk to these birds to see if they know where the blue house is.
You mocking me?
No, I have full faith in you, Kelvin. I am not being ironic or sarcastic. You are the one that basically gave us this lead, so...
He slightly puffs out his chest at that. You guys think we should talk to these ones then?
Perhaps, I mean... It's your call. I mean, you're the guy with the ravens.
But perhaps not when people are out and about.
Yes,
Right, yes.
we are
smart.
already quite suspicious, aren't we? Let's have a look around and see if there's like just this many ravens everywhere in Vallaki, and then we can decide our next step.
Keep a lookout for the blue feathered kind of raven as well, just in case.
Illyria is like, she's just about to say something, like, I always am, but then it's like, oh no, they already think I'm crazy, and just doesn't say anything.
Alright. You guys head back onto the street. Go back here. And before you go researching Vallaki, I do think it's time for a small break. Ta-da!
Woohoo!
Sounds like a plan.
So,
I need a piss.
Gotta get that chocolate pudding and or rice pudding.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a chicken tender.
Rice pudding sucks.
Shut up.
How dare you!
How dare I what? Say that rice pudding sucks?
I
Blasphemous.
think I'm gonna go.
Yama gets smited. Please roll up a new character.
Fuck's sake. He's like my favorite character, come on.
You know I would never do that.
Really?
I'm pretty sure a lot of people would react the same way when I say that I hate tomatoes.
I see why. Wait, is it like the small ones, big ones, or just overall? Because I don't like big ones. I like the small ones that like are crunchy.
Like, the big ones, it's like they're all slimy and gross.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
But I also just don't like the taste in general.
Understandable, yeah. Anyways, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Alright. Silent, now I can talk to you. Welcome, how are you? So happy to see you here. Also, I have myself a glass of whiskey. So whiskey emotes in the share.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
That's a nice. Oh, good job with the animated map, Bexxy.
Oh, first of many. They're, only though in the more, popular buildings.
I mean, that's completely fair.
It's the only places where I can find them.
Does having a bin full of monster cans make me a degenerate? Yes. Do I care? No.
It's better than, the wall-to-ceiling.
Aren't we all in one
Oh
way?
yeah, it's better than those wall-to-ceiling full of monster cans.
No, my friend in Iceland, he had, a wall-to-ceiling, stash of, Coke Zero, is it?
Why zero? Zero is like
Pepsi
the worst
Pepsi
one.
Max.
Okay, Pepsi and Coke taste the exact same. Nobody can ever fucking tell me the difference.
They taste
Disagree.
different. What are you on about?
They don't.
It is very different.
They taste the same.
Just because you've nuked your taste buds so you can't taste the difference between garlic and cardboard, I don't know.
Listen, I haven't nuked my taste buds. I've nuked my ears because I play the bass guitar.
Sure. I mean,
Fair.
some people do taste with their ears.
What?
Snakes taste. I was about to say taste with their tongue. Fuck, smell with their tongue.
Imagine tasting with your tongue.
Fuck you guys.
Man, that's a wild thing to say. Take some
Also,
of your time.
I have
I
a
do enjoy
spoon.
dipping my lobes into
I have a
sauces.
spoon with a clown on it.
So it's like a mirror.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. We still have a few like spoons around from like when I was little. So I just grabbed a random spoon, and it just happened to be one that has like a little clown on the end.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, you should see, you should see the picture of me when I found out that sugar cakes are real.
Is it just like a really excited cake face, just like? It looks like the face that Zuckles makes because he's so.
All right.
Mm.
Basically, yeah, it's just me holding a sugar cane and like staring at it because it's the first time I've seen one. Like I always thought they were just a thing in cartoons.
Oh no. Okay. Well, first thing for everything. The more you know.
First thing for Monster, and I love it already. Huh.
We ready to jump back in?
Yes.
Yeah.
You head back yeah, to the street, this main street, and look around. You do see Holtz standing on the like doorstep to a building just beside you guys. With a man in a hat and a glorious mustache, seems to be in his older middle-aged years, and he seems to have beside him like parked a cart, like a walking cart, and he seems to be having a light conversation on the doorstep of this building where heavy smoke comes out of. Otherwise, you also see from where you're standing. I thought that was the need to reveal. There we go. But you're standing right now. That this building here seems to be some kind of storefront.
Illyria just looks at the roofs of all of the other buildings, trying to see if there's as many ravens anywhere else.
Make a perception intelligence. There seems to be ravens in this area here, like where you stand, but you don't count as many as you did before. All right.
Guess we're gonna take a walk to the east, I guess. I don't know where we're going. To try and find.
We don't know where we're going, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But you need to tell me where you're going.
East.
East.
Yeah, let's go east.
So among the main road.
Yeah. We're just gonna keep going
now.
along there until we go into a brick wall.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Do they even have bricks nowadays? Or back then?
I mean, kind of. Yeah, well, whatever. You walk past this storefront here, and you can read from the label that it is. Be in the right place. The Beast Rose, and there's like an embroidered rose on top, like a fabric that had been stretched to like a circle. And you walk past that, past a another building seems to be a storefront. This weirdly shaped brighty building here that says Dusklight Supply Shop. But you walk past that one too, unless you say something otherwise. No?
Doesn't have a blue roof, does it?
No.
Okay.
Very peculiar to have like a blue booth.
Yeah, like we aren't here for shopping. I mean, some of us might be, but then again, none of us have much money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just pointing out like points of interest as you head down the road. Just a lot of Vallakians around going about their business, but they take like wide berths around you, or stare and whisper about you.
As
Good, I don't
we're
want to
like
deal with them.
going down the road,
Mhm.
you're walking next to Kelvin.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna make a comment to say, I don't think the folk tale is needing to be really written around here.
Good to hear.
It's only been a moment, but you know. You know. I hope you know.
I know, don't worry.
Both Asveda and Illyria, this information wouldn't be as like evident for Kelvin, but both Asveda and Illyria, who's been in like larger cities and traveled around a little bit from like their soldiering days, do estimate that maybe this town is maybe 1,000 to 2,000 people strong. So it's like a proper town sized. And from you know, seeing like the rest of Barovia and the village of Barovia, it's a little bit stark. The different things are inside here of the gates of Vallaki in comparison to the village. It's a proper settlement, not like the crap around Barovia. For Kelben, it's just you're a little bit overwhelmed. There's just people everywhere, you know.
Too many fucking people.
When you get to the bigger like crossroad right here, you can look into like what seems to be not really a town square, but like an open area where there are like several stockyards of like wood and coal. There seems to be some warehouses, some storage facilities. There's also some market stalls actually. But it doesn't seem to be like for food. It seems to be for more like heavier resources. There's also like a peculiarly colorful wagon that you hint be like around the stockyards and factory and storage houses. Seems a little bit out of the place, but you
Like a
continue.
Vistani wagon?
It's not painted the same way, so you don't get like this is a Bastani wagon, but it's definitely a traveling wagon that has been painted cheerfully.
Well, didn't the guy mention some sort of like traveling entertainer guy?
Oh,
He did.
a guy that is
I
a
thought that was at
storyteller.
the
and-
tavern.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean it's weird to put it here, but
Mm.
I'm
do you want to have a look?
slightly, well, I'm slightly curious if he has
As long as
stories
it
to
doesn't
tell. I
cost us.
mean, for me, I mean that is kind of why I'm also out here. I want to make my own stories, but inspiration will certainly help. We can always see if he's here. He might be preparing at the inn. We didn't go inside, but we can always take a look, get a little closer.
Well, it can't hurt.
Right. You step into the stockyard. You walk past another storefront called Adasek Stockyard. Seems to be like a larger, more sturdy building in this area. There's also seemed to be a shop over here that says Vort's Coffins. And there's like some coffins that is like leaning against the house outside. Pretty sordid affair. But you walk up to the wagon, and it's sturdy. It looks like it's seen a few miles of travel. It has a bright red roof and bright green sides and a golden plaque that that says Rictavio's Traveling Wonders.
I think that answers the question of who this belongs to.
The Rictario, eh? Nix writes his name down in the book.
Nice name.
Is it? I like
Nicer than
Kelvin,
the rest
but
of the ones here.
you think it's nice. Yeah, look, see if it's like a cart that someone could like go into, like maybe he is like sleeping or whatever. I don't know.
It's a proper wagon. It doesn't have the same construction as a Bastani wagon, but indeed there's a place where you can sit and attach horses to in the front and in the back. There's a wooden door that you can open up and walk into. Unless you want to do like a perception intelligence to like really listen in, there doesn't seem to be any like surface noise coming from the side.
Should we just try to knock and try the tavern later if nobody's here?
Sure. I mean, it would be nice to get some sort of acquaintances here without the benefit of people selling things to us.
That is very true.
Do you want to knock, or do you want me to knock? I'm happy.
You want to talk to him, don't you? But
Sure. I mean,
Aspen's just gonna walk up there and knock. He just sees this and is like, just gonna walk up to it, knock.
Alright, you knock twice. There's a hollow sound to your knock. And there's no answer.
I mean, if he has a room at the inn, I highly doubt he would stay here, right?
it's a little curious though. They have his cart all the way down here if he's in the middle of town.
Maybe he's staying for a while. I mean, I have to admit, I don't know how this works exactly.
What?
I can't say that I've ever, traveled around much like this, so...
In a cart?
Well, I have traveled in carts, but I can't say that I ever traveled in a wagon such as this. Or, have been some sort of wandering entertainer.
Well, I mean, it is freeing to a certain degree. Kelvin and I have spent some time together doing this. Not having a place to call home immediately, to always be looking to the future, wherever the wind takes you.
Nomadic.
If I had any other talents than stabbing things and setting them on fire, I would give it a try.
You're also pretty good at being oblivious.
What are you on about?
Nothing.
Aspera just gives a little chuckle,
A little chuckle.
Although I think she starts to suspect something, but right now is the first signs she actually like realizes, but doesn't really realize yet. It's more like
It's more like you know, subconsciously have already realized, but you don't want to face reality, maybe.
yeah.
yeah, I getcha.
I don't know. No, I think she like just slowly, just now, she's like, wait, like he did the way he just took my hand, like that's not regular, fancy noble shit. Like, is he like trying something here? Like, what's going on?
Don't mind Kelvin, not at all. If anything, I can only speculate that if he had to put a carriage anywhere, a price might be involved, and who knows? This might be the cheapest place to park a wagon.
Maybe. Should we continue on then?
Certainly. Before she, can't let me do. Can Asphodel take a gander of ravens?
Oh yeah, perception intelligence.
Yeah, she gonna have a little look-see.
A little
Hey, 16.
16. There are like 1 or 2 around, but definitely less.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Do you want to maybe speak to these ravens? Is that what you're looking for?
Oh no, I remember we were like looking to see if like the concentration of ravens between everywhere else and the inn. Well, she just kind of like mumbles under her breath. Certainly a lot less ravens here.
It does seem to look like the blue water inn is our best bet.
For ravens, yes, but we're not looking for ravens specifically, right?
Not necessarily, I think.
Birds aren't good at explaining things, so I don't know.
I guess, but
We talk to birds often.
A lot more than you look at them.
Do you want to talk to ravens here, Kelvin? Are you picky about who you talk to?
Not really. But I feel like back at the tavern might be the best.
Maybe we should continue.
What makes you say that?
Search.
I don't know, there's more of them.
I suppose. Well, of course, let's just keep looking. I mean, it's only been a few minutes.
I mean, what exactly are we looking for?
Yeah, walking like down here maybe took too many minutes.
Looking for a blue house.
Blue something.
I mean...
Well, let's, I don't know. We can head back and loop around one of the smaller roads. Maybe to the south. I don't know.
I mean, I think we still have a little bit of the main road to check, but
It always,
there's got much more interesting things there.
It's always split up.
Split up, gang, and search for clues.
We can certainly cover more ground that way, and still have that meeting in the afternoon. Tea.
We do. Should we... Maybe one group covers like one side we haven't looked at yet, the other takes the other one?
Right, we call this main road the middle, and one goes to the north of the main road, one then a couple to the south, 2-2.
Well, I'll look at the north.
Okay, Asphodel to north.
I'm happy to go with you, Asvata, if you like.
Sure, then I'll take Kelvin and go south.
You seem to be more interested in the Raven, so I'm sure you two will work very well together.
Look, I'm just saying, like, those ravens are quite interesting. I still think the inn might be our best bet for that, though.
We
If
have
so,
time to
well,
investigate
we
more,
have
so we
time.
might as well.
Absolutely.
Just try to get a feel for the town, and then before we have to go to meet the burgomaster, we meet up again in the middle of town. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Good.
Yep.
All right. Asvada and Nix, you guys head north. I will just then like reveal the northern part of town and say like you spend like an hour going through all of these areas, if that's okay with you.
Sure. I mean, during this time, presumably we're walking around.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be in silence.
Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. You start heading from the stockyard. Asvada, I needed to do an empathy composure.
Okay. Empathy, composure. All right. Practice.
No, perception composure. I'm sorry. Perception.
Oh, okay. Oh. I can't. I don't know. And sometimes my mouse doesn't want to scroll down. Just I want to auto scroll up. I need to refresh my page.
No, no worries. No worries.
Let's see. Perception, composure. No. Yeah.
Yeah, perception.
Perception. 22. Hey, hey.
Oh damn.
Ooh.
Damn.
You know,
As you walk up toward the middle to the main street once more, you see in the shadows through a slightly dusty window in the Arsec stockyard store, a man staring at you guys intently through the window.
when I see this very off-putting man
Mm-hmm.
staring at us, can I do an insight to him? If it's like hostile, they hate us, or that he's like really wary, like paranoid even.
Yeah. You can gauge like these more simple things. Like it's hard to tell something more.
17, 18 then.
Yeah, 18. Damn, pretty good. Oh. It seems to be a wary, watchful gaze, as he was keeping an eye on what you were doing.
Right? She is gonna take his face to memory. Like kinda make she's gonna remember that face. Not gonna forget it. That's
That's
like
what I would remember this.
So I was about to say that. Fuck.
that's what I will remember this.
Alright.
In which house was it? It was in the coffin place? Or
No, in the bigger
the other one? The red one?
establishment called the Arsec Stockyard.
In the stockyard, okay.
Oh, okay. So I assume like as they're making their way north, don't you make like more checks for ravens to see if are there more ravens the closer we get towards the blue inn? Anyway.
You will keep track of that as you walk. I will reveal all the areas after you have finished whatever little roleplay that you're about to have.
All right.
Right. So, like, I don't know. Not immediately, like halfway in, it's like working up some courage.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, as for that, can I ask you a question?
Of course. What is it?
I'm curious about your, for lack of a better word, more childlike whimsy when it comes to teasing Illyria about Pulse.
Oh, that? Well, what do you want to know about that? Is it not appropriate? Strange?
It's curious because, well, you just seem so interested in teasing her. I'm wondering why you seem to be more interested in that part rather than any other time that Illyria has been amongst other folk that we have met.
She kind of tries thinks of an answer. You know, she does a little pondering, looking up at the sky, and a little bit of thought, or she settles on something and says, "Well, how do I explain this? It is like a rock."
It's not a boulder, it's a rock.
A rock?
Yes, a rock. It is as if it is like a very rugged rock. And the very rugged rock is, well, a rock. But somebody comes by and sees this rock. Any other person would walk by it, maybe kick it, you know. It's uninteresting. But somebody with a keen eye might see something a bit more in this rock and pick it up. Might try to polish it, might try to make it look better. I'm always curious as to what will happen to that rock.
What does a rock got to do with it?
Because the rock is Illyria.
You want to polish Illyria?
I never said I wanted to polish Illyria, but that fellow certainly does. Holtz.
Yes, I am certain that is what his intentions are.
Can I make an insight check on Nyx? At the very mention of Holtz, does he get like a little angsty, a bit of a that guy, you know?
I don't have a problem with that. If Bexxy wants to roll that. Okay.
Yeah, if you may do an inside check, empathy check whenever you please, but it's up to Nyx whether he wants to reveal and if he wants to roll against you.
Cool. Alright, here we go.
Which one is it?
1.5 composure.
22, yeah. Composure.
And you're trying to ascertain if he is.
How he reacts when Holtz
When I-
is mentioned, right?
And when Holtz is mentioned, is he a bit like? Is there like any hints of jealousy when saying Holtz?
Ooh.
A little bit of like, oh, you know, Holtz, yeah, sure, Holtz, you know, that sort of vibe.
You do not get that vibe.
Okay.
21. What would I roll against it? Not that I'm trying to, like hide. It's more like how much. Because Nyx is, his presence is quite strong, and he can choose to either hide it or not hide it pretty well. So it's a question: what would I roll against it so I can ascertain like what I think Asphodel would glean?
If you're trying to convince her one way or the other of a specific state of mind that you're in, I would do persuasion or deception, your choice. If it's just like a general way of just radiating something, then, you know, if not persuading is applicable here, then just presence.
Just raw presence. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll roll a raw presence. So, it's what did you get? 22. Okay, so I feel less than 5 from you. So I would say that you don't get the feeling like Nyx has this. Oh, you know, he's the competition. Like in any sense of the word. In fact, you get more like he's inquiring almost diplomatically or very matter-of-factly, almost without much of his own empathy behind it, in the sense of, well, you know, Holtz is gonna steal my girl kind of thing. Not in that way at all.
Okay.
Your horse gotta steal my girl.
No, it's not. You don't get any sense of the feeling that Nyx is inquiring to get you to like
Stop encouraging.
to stop encouraging. Well, not necessarily stop encouraging. I don't know how to explain this. It's more. There isn't anything that you can glean from Nyx that would be that he's jealous in a romantic sense for the sake of Illyria. It would be almost the polar opposite. So not neutral, not nothing, but the polar opposite of that.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So it's not the juicy tidbit Asphodel was looking for. Got it. There. Though as much as you're curious about me, why do you ask?
Well, you haven't answered my question. I'm curious if Illyria is this rock and Holtz is the one with the polishing cloth. Why are you so intent on, I don't know, rolling the rock his way?
Rolling the rock his way. I certainly haven't moved anything so that he could make more attempts at Illyria. Not at all. I'm simply an observer. It's interesting to see. Well, I wonder when she's going to realize.
Realize what? He
He-
has intentions?
Yes, that he really, truly adores her.
I think it's likely to be more than adoration.
Oh, I don't know. I saw that look in his eye when they first met.
Did you?
I did. It's like a child seeing something amazing for the first time and strives to attain that.
True. I saw that as well.
So, does that answer your question?
Little creepy if you ask me that you just want to watch, but do you get satisfaction out of this?
satisfaction in just watching somebody bloom. Something as rugged as Illyria, being polished as the
Ouch.
and being
Oh,
Carol.
if Illyria is rugged, then what is Kelvin?
Oh no. Dragon.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's what that.
About.
That's for all your watching. You haven't really seen anything.
In what context?
Maybe it is the whimsy inside of you, or maybe this is exciting to you to see a rugged rock become polished and smooth, and that is more interesting to you than subtleties.
She kind of like a little squint at him, like inspecting him, before saying, "Are you saying that I am projecting something upon her?"
Are you?
No. For one, I don't wish to be courted.
I'm pretty certain of that after you meeting my family at Sepul.
Wasn't that one who asked for a spar and couldn't handle it and ran away?
I don't think he was asking for a spar as for that, but
I'm not following. I asked if he wanted a spar. He accepted. We went to the field and then didn't want to spar.
do you call Illyria oblivious?
Not a spar. There's something I'm missing.
When it comes to you, Asadar, you are quite the impressive specimen. For some people, the exoticness of your origins may be all that it takes to show you interest. For Illyria, she is also someone that seems to have taken several people's attention.
Oh, yes. I haven't seen such interest yet, besides the fact that I am a dragonborn in these lands that doesn't have any.
True. You are in a unique perspective or position to be impartial, and maybe that is why you watch. For there are no true prospects to you if you are all about the scaly boys.
You're all about the scaly boys.
This conversation was kind of like really serious, and then like scaly boy.
Whoa, furry? No.
Scaly. Come on.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Scaly is a subtype of furry, it counts.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I just think that you did.
The scaly boys.
I don't know what you call dragonborns. I never grew up around them. You're scaly, they're probably scaly. I don't know.
I mean, I don't call tieflings colorful boys.
But we are. But I digress. This was not my intention to inquire about where you find your interests. It was more about your perspective of Pols and Illyria. I was curious to find out why you were so interested in them.
Oh, I see. Yes, besides that, it is certainly interesting to watch. Especially when she gets flustered. In a way. But again, I do wonder when she'll realize that his endeavors are more than just simple gestures.
That I can be very certain, but I worry for her. I do not know. I do not think that she knows what she's getting herself into.
And what do you think she is getting herself into?
I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps something that she doesn't want to get into. You and I both know Illyria is a little bit senseless when it comes to certain provocations, unless it's right in her face. And even then, unless you are really impacting her emotional state, she makes little connection.
Well, yes, that's why I think of her as a rugged rock.
Even the rocks can get split, as for them. I'd encourage you to continue doing what you're doing. Watching.
Is there something that I should know, Nix? You've been quite hard. I don't know when, but you're a bit more cautious than I remember. Because I haven't forgotten what you said towards me back at the camp about things aren't what they seem.
I have lots of things on my mind, and that's what
Well, clearly, if you've come to me and inquire about my interest on the situation. So I'll repeat, is there something I need to know that I should be aware of and actually look out for, be it ravens or men with interests?
Yes, there is lots that you should know.
What are you going to tell me?
I so wish I could.
Then what's stopping you?
Lots of things. I'm not sure I'm able to talk about them yet. Have you ever been in such a situation where you feel like every decision you make is the wrong one?
At times, yes. I once thought that leaving my parents for dead was the wrong decision to make. But after the fact, I dwelled upon it more and realized that I simply had no chance, that leaving them for dead was the best decision to make for our survival.
Would you do that again?
It depends on the circumstance. If there is something that I would want to protect, and I know that person is risking their life so that I will live, then yes, 'cause I won't spit on the fact that they're doing that for me. Because if I die after they die, well, their death would be in vain.
You and I have lots in common, Aswada. Didn't think that that's the first time. When I met you, I thought you were very stoic and a little bit disconnected.
So what changed? What gave you the first hint that that might not be so?
That you're not disconnected?
No. That's... Well, like what we're talking...
That we have things in common?
Yes, that.
I have come to know that things that I do or do not do are likely to cause harm to others. And I am stuck in a place of making a decision where I do not know the outcome, but should something go wrong, it could mean ruin. And I'm worried of making that decision. Right now, not making a decision, I am holding the status quo. I am not causing happiness or grief.
Then what does worrying about it make it any better? That's how I see it. Worry is like a fog, and it'll cloud your judgment. But it's not easy to let it go, now, is it?
You're saying that me worrying about something is making me less astute?
Well, can you see through a fog clearly?
No.
Then that's your answer. It's up to you whether you want to let it go. But just know that whatever it is that you can't divulge to me now, there are people beside you just waiting for your signal to just blow the fog away.
Would you keep something to yourself if told?
Depends on the situation, but if somebody told me that if I were to spill, and then once I do, that everybody dies, well, I'd certainly keep it. Then I'd also, if I was overthinking it, could be that I were to spill, and then they're just indulgent of my suffering, and there was never a threat to begin with. It's odd, very complicated.
So what would you do if you knew something, but if you told someone that it could mean someone dies? Would you tell someone?
I had information that somebody was about to die. Well, truthfully, next, I wouldn't. Because if I were to tell, and I know that person would panic, what good would it do?
No, not necessarily the person that you're telling that they would die, but if you say something, someone will die. Someone you know.
Ah, in that case, Yes, I would tell somebody who I trust and who knows how to keep their mouth shut and divulge a plan to not make it so.
I've been thinking so long about something, and I've gone round and round and round in circles. When I was by myself at Sepul before leaving and meeting Kelvin, I always thought that I could figure things out by myself. Like, the other Vistani could do whatever they wanted. It didn't matter to me. They could exclude me. I was always fine by myself. I could always figure things out. And when I couldn't, I could go to Madame Eva. Now I can't do that. I don't have anyone to go to ask for that. Would you be that person?
She looks at you, kind of appraises you before you can see the little crack at the corners of her lips turn up. Well, there's no reason to refuse, now would it? I was there.
You could say no.
I could, but I have no reason to. So yes, Nyx. That's a yes.
Then we need to figure something out, because
Do you intend to
Holtz is
continue
not-
this conversation on the streets here?
no. I want to find a super safe, like, location, like secluded, and away from people, like
Okay.
not even anything. Watching no birds, no
worms!
bunnies, no worms.
Alright. Let's
Not
do
even a fly.
Let's do a let's be a little bit shady here. Let's do a subterfuge cunning of like assessing where this would be.
Sneak
I'm
case.
gonna guidance myself.
Like, come on, you
Must
can do it. You
be.
can find it.
I've got this. I could be cunning.
Wow. Alright. You actually walk out on the fields. On the backside of all the houses that you've gone past, and you found this pretty large tree that you can lean against and have like a 360 vision around you. There's also like a little bit of like a hill, so you can watch around you. And since there's no one out on the fields working, since it's laying in rest after the harvest, you are indeed alone. And speaking of being alone, I am going to move Weewu and Julie quickly.
I thought so. I was about to
Yeah.
say, this sounds like something we should leave for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so
Nice.
just a second, okay? Guys, you can go
Yeah.
and have fun talking to each other. Alright. Now you make comments. I also need to... Wait. We need to do this. And, we need to set the mood here.
Oh damn!
Oh.
Alright, continue.
I will, with my sneaky subterfuge, I will take Asphida's large hand, I suppose, and lead her to the place that I think is the best.
Alright.
Out here in the fields.
Yeah.
And I'll give her looks like trust me looks in my eyes, as the red speckles with like golden shine here and there, and in the middle of the field, Nyx will say, "Now I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but I must be sure. and he will take a look around. And do you see anything? Anything moving at all nearby?
Aspera is going to take a look-see.
A perception intelligence.
Can I assist her?
Yeah, sure. You do it together. One of you roll with advantage.
I got this. 21!
21. Yeah, the area seems to be devoid of people except for like people like walking on the walls, but they are way too far to be in earshot. There seems to be like a bird, a raven hanging out the tree over here, but it's also quite far away.
I'll like pick up a rock and throw it at the raven.
Alright, raven flies away.
Anything else?
With that.
Oh, besides that guardsman on the walls, but he's too far away to hear.
Would you kneel in front of me so that you are quite tall?
She kneels.
Okay.
I know you're naked, so this is quite awkward.
Oh,
But for the briefest of moments, I need you to look at me like I am someone that you have fond feelings for.
she blinks. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. She kind of closes her eyes and kind of tries to conjure such feelings, or have or imagine something that gives her fond feelings. And
You think of your brother, actually.
yeah, I was just about to say that when she opens her eyes, she is going to pretend that she's not looking at Nyx. She's going to pretend that her little brother is in front of her. And she will look at Nyx with a fondness in her eyes.
And as this moment takes place, the first droplets of the heavy rain clouds above falls to the ground, but you're slightly shielded by the canopy above you of autumn leaves.
I'm moving closer towards Asphida's face as she looks on, and I'll take my left hand and I'll put it on the side of her head. It's hard to say if she has cheeks or not, but and I'll lean in to what Nyx will try and make appear to be a passionate kiss on her neck, wherever her ears are, like just below her ear, on her other side, and with his lips so close to her flesh, he will whisper in her ear, "Horts Istrad." And kiss her on the cheek, and with a tear down one eye. This is going to be very, very bad.
Aspera is going to cup, tenderly caress and cup Nyx's cheeks. Now look at him with a wonder on her face. But when he stares into those cold eyes, there's both a dread and a sudden flash of anger. But not towards him, but towards the situation. And she just says, "Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with that, Nyx." And she'll give him a little peck on the top of his forehead. By peck, it's more like the boop of the snoot.
Aw.
Sophia, you remember her? And this is whispering close as she, like, face to face, really, really close in the beginning of the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Her life is forfeit. If we disrupt Holtz's plan, if we out him, if we disturb anything that he wants to do, that 15-year-old in Sepul will no longer be breathing.
I see. I see. When did you learn? How did you know?
I did not sleep with an elf, as for that.
Wow. Oh my.
His lip is drawn.
I found his coffin. I was trying to be smart and be a stowaway in the back of Holtz's carriage. I thought that you would go into Vallaki, and I could find my way in without any problems, but he caught me, and he made me promise.
Oh my. Oh. Well then.
I've tried to tell Kelvin, but I'm not sure if he gets the full picture. I think he's just wary. But we can't tell Illyria.
Certainly not. She is, as I said, a very rugged rock. Hot-tempered, from what I heard in the Protectorate. It will not go well, that is what she learns.
So, I don't know what to do. I've been going round and round. Do I seduce Illyria to try and get her attention on me instead of Holtz? I mean, Illyria is a nice girl, but I mean, come on. Got the eye of a vampire lord. She's kind of damaged goods.
Well, certainly don't try to court her. You try to court her, Strahd will have your head, and we will go nowhere.
You think on it, because you're clearly much smarter than I. And I can't deal with it anymore. I can't know these things and put her life in danger, put all of your lives in danger still. I've already done that.
Well, best what I can come up with right now is that if there is a situation, a chance for us to not be so exposed to Holtz in a natural way, then we'll go with that. But we just have to play along and quietly find an opening.
I will. Maybe we should have a word that we drop into conversation. Do you know any words in dragon tongue?
Yes. Yes, but I feel that if I were to use a word in dragon tongue, well, it would be quite obvious.
Well, I more like, I was thinking like I've been doing this with Kelvin with Gnomish, but it's more like you say like, oh, this food tastes like something I remember back when I was growing up. I don't know what the common word is, but in dragon it's and then I will know that it's the keyword.
And I understand that. But if he catches wind, well, he might grow suspicious is what I worry.
I think this is more of an emergency thing rather than just willy-nilly whatever during any conversation. This is more like if you really, really, really think we should run, then use it.
Very well then. If things are getting out of hand, if we find an opening, some sort of ammo, some sort of foothold, we need to discuss it with amongst each other, ourselves. We simply have to, how about we say, something casual. Oh, the day is wonderful.
Oh, the day is wonderful.
Or like, the mists seem to be clearing up today.
Okay. I think we should. I don't know. I think the others might be waiting for us. I mean, I don't know who watches with those bats that came in and the wolves. Who knows where Strahd's eyes are? And now I know he can shapeshift into other humans. I don't know who else to trust.
Well, we simply have to. If we have to make the entire shtick of us being some sort of star-crossed lovers, so be it. If it means that we can find a way for Illyria. Can you do that, Nix?
Can I treat you with some sort of star-crossed love and affection?
Yes, exactly that.
I will do my very best, Espada, if you can do the same.
I will put all that my father has taught me into practice.
Oh, shit.
It is the only natural way to make it convincing, Nix.
Okay. I'll do my very best.
But we gotta do this. A slow burn, Nix. A slow burn. So if you do this all of a sudden, it is very, very suspicious. And she's just gonna part a little bit of like stray hair away from his face. Yes, a slow burn.
Let's go. Thank you.
Of course. And she'll let go. She'll stop cupping his cheeks.
Yeah, that thing earlier was more of a slip of the tongue. In the stable. Oopsie. Alright, interesting development here. First of all, inspiration to you both. That was a wonderful roleplay.
Oh my god, keeping it together.
All this time, do you now think back to the conversations that Pulse have had with Illyria?
Yes! Yes, I did!
Alright. Just like as for in the game, I also need you now, Aranox, to bring it in when I bring in the other two into the conversation.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Oh, of course, good. Something, Adrian, before I move this people over?
No, I disconnected briefly.
Okay.
But I'm fine.
All right,
I'll keep it
move
together.
the other people in.
Oh,
Thank you guys for your patience.
Don't worry.
well, it seemed to be important, so...
Yeah.
Now it's time for Illyria and Calvin to have a deep conversation, by which I mean they probably try to talk about the weather.
I do think that Nix wished he could talk about the weather. Yeah, you guys, you search the northern part of the city for any house with a blue roof. You do not find any. The northern part seems to be mostly residential, whilst the south had more stores and things like that. What you do notice is that closer to the northern gates, there's more. The smell of fish is pungent. There seems to be more fishmongers in this area, closer to the lake that is in the north. Leaving that and heading that way. What you do pass is this point of interest over here, a mansion of quite high quality, more so than the mansion that you passed on the other side of the church. That one was larger, but had fallen into like disrepair. The one you walk past, even though it's been there we go. Even though it's been overtaken by a lot of greenery, it is still a house with authority. Somebody rich and might even be important seems to live in this house. There's actually 2 private guards standing by the front gates.
Was there no like family crest or name on the gate or anything like that?
Yeah. There's a plaque on one of these stone pillars that says Wachter.
Can you type that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Wachter.
Wachter.
Yes.
I'm so accidentally gonna pronounce that German at some point.
Well, I'm trying
would
to,
be what?
you know.
How would you pronounce it?
Is it Wachter?
Wachte? Wachte?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but in slightly like English tone, but some of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Eastern Europe
Just like-
flair is like Wachter. Blip. Let's go back her though. But otherwise, you don't find anything else of interest. You guys, because of the northern side is larger than the other side, you guys will arrive second to your meeting place. So let's hop over to Illyria and Kelvin. You head south. What do you guys talk about?
I think there's going to be an awkward silence
Yeah.
with the
Kelvin's
occasional
probably
the occasional like attempt at conversation from either one of them.
Pretty much, I think.
We actually talked about this while we were
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and but I do think like it's like somewhere like halfway Illyria will be like you're a really good friend of Nick's, right?
Yeah. I've been for a while, yeah. Why'd you ask?
I don't know. I mean I don't know him, but he did seem a bit off lately.
That I do have to agree with you, but I don't know whether that's just him coming back to around this area or something else.
Well, I mean I know a lot of things happened, although he doesn't remember half of them.
Yeah, I don't like that. He does worry me quite a lot, though.
He hasn't talked to you or anything?
He has, but of course, you know, he's still different, and that he doesn't remember, you know, those things that, well, even I remember so vividly, and they're not really mine to remember.
We already know he messed with his mind.
And I'm still, I don't know, it's hard to imagine, like, you know, we saw him, we saw her, like, how you could just, you know, forget
I
about.
know. Yeah, he's probably acting out of desperation, but even then, still felt a bit far.
I don't know. I mean, I know you and Asfia also witnessed it, but I have a feeling that I don't know. I was starting to be friends with her, and I think Nyx was pretty close to her too.
I think he was very close to her, and that just made it all the worse.
And oh, it's just he gets to just forget about it, you know?
Also done by the prick who did the killing.
Yeah.
Slight tinge of ironicness. But hopefully the guy will get his comeuppance.
I don't know. Have you tried talking to Nyx about it?
Only a
Well,
little
not the
bit.
missing memories, but that he has been off lately.
He says he's fine, but I think there's something underneath, but I should chat to him more about that. Yeah.
I don't think I'm the right person to talk to him.
I mean, you're pretty good at talking.
I'm pretty sure even you are better at talking than I am.
Please, I'm a gnome who lived and grew up in a swamp.
People do say there's something about me, but I'm not somebody who's good with words like Nyx is.
Nyx is on a whole different level to, I think, anybody else in the party. So, can't really compare him. It's kind of his thing.
Well, I guess after Nyx, well, depending on who we speak with, I'm the most. And she just sort of like hesitates a little because it's kind of rude, but then she's like, approachable person in our group.
Gotta
No
say, sometimes
offense.
I'm pretty aggressive. But all for good reason.
Well, I think the only person I threatened to stab first time I met was Nyx.
Honestly, I don't blame you. Like, yeah. Just please don't actually stab him.
If I actually wanted to stab him, I would have by now.
True, yeah. If I wanted
Don't
to
get
kill
me
him.
wrong. He's annoying. He just disappears on us, sleeps around because, you know, getting laid is apparently more important than us getting into Vallaki.
You get used to it sometimes, but let's say even that was a little bit, yeah. Don't know exactly how long I've known him, but it's long enough to be probably a lot more used than you are to him. And the Vistani nature.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't blame you for feeling that way towards him, though. But it's him, and it's kind of
Seems like
so
kind of like, well, you know, bit of a womanizer, and at first I didn't think he would be any use, but I guess he has convinced me that he is.
Did he convince you by actually talking to you, or by?
He's useful to have around,
Yeah.
and he can hold his own in a fight. Well,
He's good fun to
probably
chat
not, but you know, all of this magic stuff is pretty cool, and I can't deny that he has something about him that makes you feel, I don't know. He has a way of inspiring people. I can respect that.
You can do that in a few ways.
What do you mean?
You can inspire people and inspire people. That's exactly what I mean.
You just said the same thing twice.
Fuck.
Calvin is just like, wow, she really is dumb.
No, he's thinking he's dumb now. He's like, huh? Oh, damn. Fuck.
Or are you like implying something?
I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I think I'm half trying to talk to you, half trying to find these fucking birds.
Well, I still think maybe Blue House, Blue Water Inn.
Does make sense, but don't see how a fucking bird would know the name of an inn.
Well, I mean, neither do I, but there's like 30 ravens around said inn.
True. I think the inn might be the best place, but we might as well keep looking till we have to meet up.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we still have a missing girl to find too.
That's what this whole thing is. We want to ask the birds whether they've seen anything. Because that is, to be honest, I'm sorry to say, our only lead, and it's not much.
That is very true. I'm just saying we shouldn't, like, maybe we'll come across something.
Oh.
Even if it's unlikely. We shouldn't just focus on
Better
the
than not
birds.
doing anything.
Who would
True.
have thought that eventually you guys would also be looking for ravens with me?
I'm not doing this because I want to look for a fucking raven, though.
Well, we are looking for a bird.
I'd shoot it if I could.
I told you, if you shoot it, I will stab you.
So you're not the only person who's threatened to. So Nyx is not the only person you've tried to stab.
Well, I threatened to stab and stab many people, but Nyx was the only person I wanted to stab the first time I met him.
Yeah. True. He's either you want to hug him or you want to stab him when you first meet him. Most of the time it's the first one. No, second. That is if he's been there before.
He really does seem to have quite the track record.
Well, you would when you travelled about as much as we did.
All right. Yeah, you guys search around in the southern parts of Vallaki was keeping your eye out for any blue roofs. You do not find any. And you also keep track on the ravens, but we're gonna roll that when we're back with everybody. You come across what seems to be the town square. The shops and homes that enclose the town square are decorated with limp, tattered garlands and painted wooden boxes filled with tiny dead flowers. At the middle of the square stands a raised wooden platform with 3 empty gallows. Wait, I actually had a... There. You can also see.
Where's the
and-
animation, Bexxy? My
Oh my god, I'm
the bar-
sorry.
Yeah, his immersion, Bexxy, his immersion.
Immersion.
I'm sorry.
If it isn't moving, he can't see it.
And also a row of stocks locked in which are several men, women, and children wearing crude plaster donkey heads. In the north end of the square, peasants in patchwork clothes are used especially as they use cups and vases to draw water from a crumbling stone fountain. Standing tall at the center of the fountain is a grey statue of an impressive man facing west. All around the square are posted proclamations of "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf Heads Jamboree. Attendance and children required. Packs will be provided. All will be well, the Baron." And as you walk around the square, looking for ravens and looking for blue roofs, you do see a number of guards walk up to one of these areas where this poster is nailed into a wall. They rip it off and nail into the wall a new poster that I actually have a fly here for. I can do this. You guys can see that one when I clicked on show, right?
Let me find. Where is it?
No.
Alright, then I need to
Gotta like,
doesn't
No.
seem to
Make
want
it-
to.
you
Alright.
have to make it available for us to see, and then you
Yeah.
can hit it.
What about now?
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
And the new one says, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the festival of the blazing sun. Attendance and children required. Rain or shine, all will be well, the Baron."
Didn't it say that on the poster before that too?
That was the Wolf Heads Jamboree. Now it is the festival of the blazing sun.
Well, but both said it was the greatest celebration, or
Do they say it each time? This place has really gone to shit, hasn't it?
I mean, we've been here for long enough.
Yeah, I'd prefer to stay away from those gallows if that's alright. And he's just gonna look at them with a sort of creeped out and scared face.
Yeah, the people in there seems to be... They're quiet, but they seem exhausted. You can't really see their expressions, but like their limps tell you everything that you need to know. Their faces are covered by these donkey heads.
This
I wonder
place is
what those people did.
probably not that much. Sadly.
Well, I suppose we get our business here done and
Yeah, let's move on, please.
get out of this place as soon as we can.
You walk past the square. You find a toy shop called Blinsky's Toys.
No, my God, no. They're everywhere.
Which
We go.
Which is
It's no fun.
Yeah, and the slogan, there's a slogan underneath the name, which goes, "It's no fun, it's no Blinsky." I also walk past a bookbinder called John Witch and Sons.
Bookbinder.
I don't think any of us read.
In the area over here, there's more security around. Around a mansion. Where there's another plaque that says the proud house of Baron Vallaki.
Well, I guess we found where we need to go next.
There's also a little bit of a small courtyard situation beside the house that leads up towards another building slightly behind and to the side of the burgomaster's mansion. It's a heavily fortified building of about 2 stories, and then a tower that overlooks quite a large area, and there's a lot of guards moving in and out of it.
I'm guessing that's something like the barracks. Does it look like it's of use of the Baron or use of the town's guard more?
Well, it's very close by. I can actually didn't reveal it. It's just as a house here behind, with the little circle for the tower. Yeah. So it's just behind, and the guard seems to be guarding both the mansion as well as this fortified building.
They really don't want to get in trouble here, you.
Well, it doesn't seem like, well, you want to go against the burgomaster's wishes here.
Seems kind of like a dictatorship. Let's just yet again try and get out of here as soon as we can.
Well, I mean, I guess this would sort of be a dictatorship in a dictatorship, maybe?
I'm not one for politics.
The guards eye you suspiciously as you walk past. They seem to be notified of your presence, but they don't bother you. And you walk past and just walk along this what seems to be a residential area. It seems to be slightly more like higher, like echelons of the Vallaki society that have their houses like in this area around the town square to around the burgomaster's mansion.
Just say they're more wealthy. I don't understand echelons.
Right, they seem to be more wealthy.
Just the Swede to a Brit. I'm using your language. How do you not know?
Please, I'm a foreman. A foreman.
I can't. I don't know complicated language. It's hard.
They do the
Nescient of
money.
you.
What?
What?
What? You're scaring me. Anything with more than 2 syllables is just
And you guys head back towards the road just outside of the Blue Water Inn. It starts to rain a little bit above your heads as you stand there waiting for Nyx and Asvada. They return maybe after 10 minutes. Now I need both Asphodel and Illyria to roll perception intelligence with advantage, both of you, because you had help.
I'm looking for them boidies.
Burbs.
Borbs.
Damn, 21
21 with advantage.
and 20. Yeah. D20 keep highest. Did you do 2
Yeah.
D20?
No, she did one.
Oh no, I forgot the
Did
2d20.
2d20. Yeah.
Uh,
Just do it again.
Never mind.
roll a d20, yeah.
Smart.
Well, a 21 and a 20. Damn. In general, there seems to be a few ravens perched around this town, and even though there are a lot of ravens in Barovia, there weren't this many ravens in the village of Barovia as there is in Vallaki. There's ravens flying above your heads, ravens perching in trees and on buildings. But they definitely seems to be more centralized around the center of Vallaki. This is what both of you have discovered as you reconvene on the streets outside of the Blue Water Inn.
Mm-hmm.
So did you find anything, guys?
We found town square.
It's not a pleasant place at all, as you'd expect.
Also, it seems like every festival is the greatest celebration of the year.
And it always never gets properly tidied up. Probably because it was barely even fucking celebrated.
I got the impression that they would celebrate very frequently if they've just had one and now they want more wine over and over again. I mean, for me, if I'm trying to do something over and over again, I'm trying to compensate for something probably. I don't know what is happening here. Like,
The
The
reality.
Burgomaster's overcompensated.
well, trying to prove to some people, like, I don't know, maybe festivals are a way to hide from the people that everything is not okay.
Well, I mean, I would say it's denial.
Denial.
Or perhaps they're trying to establish a norm.
Whatever it is, it's not fucking good.
This place just seems to be trying to hide away from the reality of what's going on in this land. Not that I can blame him.
Yeah, don't think anyone can.
But no blue houses.
No, I do still think that this is our best.
Maybe we then go around the side and we call, I don't know, Kelvin. Did you manage to speak to another raven on your walk?
No, well, if I did, I wouldn't have been able to until tomorrow again.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah, I
didn't
can't do it
realize
often,
you were...
man.
Has it been... Wait,
What?
that's a feature that works daily, right?
Yeah.
Once a day? You haven't used
Yeah.
it today?
No, you haven't.
No, but if I used it, I wouldn't have been able to use it again, is what you were saying.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, once a day, I suppose. But we have a need right now, right? I mean...
No, I was just saying that that's why I didn't use it earlier.
Oh. Well, it's very kind of you, Kelvin, to make sure that we're all together before you use your abilities to speak to birds.
I mean, you're not able to understand it anyway, but yeah.
Right. I mean, still. Are you trying to show off? Trying to show us all what you've got?
I mean, not out fucking here. Let's move on the back. Or somewhere, I don't know.
All right.
You lead the way.
Ooh.
Go speak to some burbs.
This map's fucking huge, God.
I don't like the Ravenloft maps. Oh my fucking god.
That is
Where should we go?
Can you, when you load a map, can you like shift and click on the map so you take us to where that is, where we are?
Click and
Bexxy?
shift on the map?
If you shift and click, it centers the map on.
Yeah,
where
where you
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not know that. Well,
Because the map is quite big, I mean, and we always load top left, so you could always take us all the way to where we are. If you wanted to show us a token, like where you're pinging, for example, you would shift click and it will go move the camera and move the map.
okay. It's good to know. Okay, where do you want to go? Head to where you want to go to talk to
I'd
the bird?
say around here. Is like this. Does this look like a place where there's a ton of people, or will people be coming?
Well, is Holtz's caravan still there? Right over here?
Yes. Holt's wagon is over there.
Maybe go around the side here.
Hmm.
Like this way.
Where's this way? Oh, that way. Okay. Alright.
Oh god.
God, scrolling is so hard.
Birds like chimneys, right?
Yeah, actually it's warm around the chimneys. Alright, so you just look upwards to the ceiling and trying to get one of these birds your
Attention.
Yeah.
Literally, he's just gonna go. Of course, I can't clap that loud because people are trying to get to sleep. But yeah.
Well, it's around lunchtime. It's probably like around 1 o'clock now.
That was
You
just
can
one
manage
clap
that
just to
home.
get the crow, or a crow or something. Yeah.
Alright. And let's bring up the spell just to be...
Animal suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to be safe. And it's soul mastery, so no need to do a soul check, no need to
Vibe check.
spend any slots. It's a power that comes from your own soul. I'm just trying to distract us as I'm loading spellcasting document by just rambling. I'm sorry. Damn, takes a while. There you go. And it's a divination spell, right?
I have no idea what school it's from. I don't know schools.
It's not beast bond, right? Would you?
No, it's part of his
Animal
background,
connection,
right?
right? Animal connection.
Yeah, animal connection.
Right, you gain the
Yeah.
ability to comprehend and verbally communicate. Knowledge and awareness of many beast animals are limited by the intelligence. Beast and animals can give you information about nearby locations and creatures within the past days. Within the past day.
Yeah. So that's something that's a bit oof.
Alright. Alright. You activate the power of your soul. You focus on one of the raven who is sitting perched close to the chimney to warm itself. And what do you say?
Oi.
Wait.
Of course he's gonna say oi as the first thing.
I
He's
love
gonna
it.
get it.
Hey, fucker.
Hey fucker, get down here. No. But it's basically just oi.
The raven, in a very surprised manner, turns his head around and angles his head so he can just look at you like with one of its black eyes and go, "You're talking to me? You're
Who
talking
the fuck else would I be talking to?
to me? Wait, usually, guys, you don't talk. You just
Yeah,
make
but
sounds.
I'm special.
Well, then, Raven Whisper.
His title now.
I
Canon.
always thought that was my title. And then Kelvin came along, like,
The weather's kind of bad today. It was warm this morning, but now it's raining.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't the weather just stay good?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not what I'm here to talk to you about anyway.
Oh no,
No,
the weather's so
Um,
important.
no, it is, but I've got something that's more important to me, so...
Oh,
You see my
why should it
friend here,
matter
and
to
he's
me?
gonna...
Maybe I want to talk about
Yeah.
the weather. Okay?
Right, so how about we talk about what I want to talk about, and then we talk about what you want to talk about after that? Take turns, you know?
All right. Do I get something shiny out of it?
Sure.
It like perches, like jumps a little bit closer, like bouncing up and down, leans down, its head towards you, and then says, "Sure. What do you want to talk about?"
So, you see my friend here, and he's gonna gesture towards Nyx.
The purple one.
He's quite, yeah, the purple one. He's quite, different. Have you seen anyone
Yeah, it's so
who
pale.
looks kind
You
of like
see,
him recently?
I'm also
Yeah.
purple, but it's way darker. You see, when it is in the light, it kind of
I think
reflects
that's
the purple.
black.
It's kind of, it's very dark purple.
Are you colorblind?
Are you colorblind?
Fuck, you got me there. But have you seen anyone like him recently around here?
No, the purple ones and the red ones usually don't come in here. Only the pale ones.
Yeah,
Except
the
for
pale
that
ones are pretty
one
boring,
big,
aren't they?
mean red one that has a weird arm. He's always
Yeah, his
around.
arm is pretty weird.
Yeah, we don't like him. We sometimes
Yeah,
peck on
you
his
just
window
try
in the
and pick
middle
his
of the
eye out.
night. It's very fun.
Yeah, do that more. He deserves it. But, so you haven't seen anyone other than the Red Man like him?
Why should I?
It's sort of important to me. And my friends here.
And there's a lot of them. Towards the
A lot of me and my
sunset.
friends, or a lot?
Towards the sunset.
Hmm.
By the big body of water.
Yeah, that's the Vistani.
They make the most
But I'm talking
peculiar
about around
sounds
here.
during the night.
I thought people here would make those sounds as well, but I guess not as much as the Vistani can.
Not those kind of sounds.
So... really fun having this chat with a fucking raven.
Like, they're
says that
really
out loud?
going at it.
Okay, you don't need to go into as much detail.
There's grunts, there's shouts, there's even choking sounds sometimes.
oh god.
How close is the raven? Because can he just like put his hand around the raven's mouth just to make it shut up?
No, it's like a story above you. So
Aw.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Say the word and I shall yeet the sword at it.
A sword?
Well, I can make one.
True.
So you're interested about the mating sounds of the colorful ones, is that it?
No. No, I'm not, because I've heard fucking enough of them when I've been with this cunt. And he's gonna like put forward. Next.
Why do you willingly torture yourself so?
I don't do it willingly, trust me.
I'm very, sorry for you.
Thank you. I'm very sorry for you. You're a fucking bird.
What do you mean?
Well, you're a bird.
Well, you're
can't
a
grab things,
two-legged. You
really.
can't
You've got-
fly.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can't grab things properly.
Why do I need to grab things? I can fly.
can you do this? And he's gonna pick up a rock that's bigger than the bird, most likely.
Yeah, with my beak, and I can throw it at you when you sleep if you don't stop teasing me.
Calvin, what are you doing with that rock?
I'm threatening a raven, is what I'm doing.
Why do you keep pointing to me, Kelvin?
I'm trying to find out if he's seen anyone who looks like you, and he hasn't, other than the big red bitch.
Try asking about the blue
Ask about the blue raven. Yeah.
Fucking
Come on, keep it together.
listen. It's really hard to stay on track with this fucking raven.
No, is there anything that the raven wants to focus it?
Shiny things. It likes shiny things.
Okay.
Illyria takes out a coin.
Asphodel looks at her scale and plucks the shiniest one she has.
Illyria
Oh,
puts away her
shiny!
coin.
Shinies! Shinies! Shinies!
Okay.
And he flies
yeah,
down
shinies.
and like pick up the coin and the scale in his mouth, then flies back up and, to the perch, puts them down on the ground, and picks it and moves it around with his beak, trying to catch the light in different angles, and
I
it's
think you actually
very
distracted
engrossed
it
in
even
this.
more.
Just, Illyria won't give away the thing. She's like, it can have the coin if it answers your questions.
Okay.
Why are we like bargaining with a bird?
Birds are fucking annoying.
Let's try and
Don't
get
forget to ask about the blue ones.
Yes,
I'm
the
about
blue
to.
raven. Go, do it.
Raven. What do you know about the blue ravens?
Shiny!
Where are they?
Shiny! Look at how it glints in the light!
Okay.
Shiny! Shiny!
You'll get the fucking shiny if you answer my question.
I already have the shiny!
You can
I
get
mean,
more.
Illyria wouldn't have given the coin to the raven.
Oh, okay.
If you answer the questions, then you get the shiny. That sound good?
More shiny?
Yes.
Shiny stuff. Nyx is like shiny. He doesn't have much shiny. He casts like Sacred Flame on a rock or something. Shiny?
The raven seems to be super interested until like it fades, and then it like, stop
I
it,
keep-
shiny! Can we get on with this? I'm very excited to play around with shinies.
Okay. What do you know about the blue ravens? Like your normal raven. What do you know about the blue ones?
Well, I mean, we're friends. They
What?
give us food. We
Where are
give
they?
them shinies. And shiny tidbits. And we get shinies. And food.
Okay. Where are they?
The raven like cocks and like back and forth. Where they nest?
Yes.
There's several nests. Which one are you talking about?
Just tell me where fucking one of them is.
The closest.
Well, you don't. I don't know.
I know I don't
understand.
understand Raven.
Mhm.
Uh,
The closest nest.
The closest nest?
Yes.
The closest nest starts like thinking to itself, and then it turns around and says to you, "Oh, one is right here."
Right here.
Yeah, I'm standing on it. Are you stupid? Are you blind?
Are you a blue raven?
I knew it!
I'm fucking done with this
Why do
raven.
you think there would be so many ravens here? There's shinies and food here. You see,
Give
there's
it the
like 7
coin,
of us up
I'm
here.
not dealing with this fucking raven anymore.
And there are like 20 of us circling around.
He's gonna now just dismiss the spell. He's not gonna fucking listen to this anymore.
And you can hear like, caw, 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 caw.
Illyria
Shiny!
is like, are you okay? What did it say?
I think
It seemed very.
I need therapy.
You seem
What
so
did it-
upset. I
I
mean,
mean, I'm sure we can, like, get you a therapist once we're out of here, actually. All of us might need one.
what's a therapist?
You don't have therapists here?
Right. Okay. Did you learn where they are? The blue ravens.
That was a fucking blue raven.
What?
No, it
looks up-
wasn't.
it looks like a pretty normal raven to me.
Well, that is apparently a blue raven.
Did you ask where the blue ravens are or where their home is?
Both.
So the blue raven's home is here.
Yes,
But those ravens aren't blue, so...
I know. But I think the blue raven's just a fucking nickname. I don't think they're actually blue.
Oh,
We've
no,
seen
they
blue
have
ravens.
feathers.
Well then,
Like-
I guess we're gonna have to wait till we fucking see one, because
I mean, he
I'm
did
not
say
talking to that shit again.
she did say that she was very dark purple. Just pointing it out.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, but there more than one, or is it just this one here?
Well, there are more.
They're all more.
Well, ravens anyway. I don't know about nests, question mark.
Calvin just looks so fucking dumb.
No, I'm just like, I want to, because like Illyria knows that there's presumably more than one raven. Because it said that there's more of them at some point.
Yeah, when he was talking to you, he was like, "I will get in trouble if I talk to you."
Yeah, so
They
Illyria is
would not
just
like it.
assuming that there's more.
Something tells me, I don't know. Maybe my expectations were different, but I was assuming that it would be somewhere more secluded than a tavern filled with people to meet up with, well, a creature that can turn into, well, can talk.
It can only talk because I cast their fucking spell.
But no, the other one, the one that we met at the windmill could talk.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And
That
So,
was a weird ass raven.
do you,
Yeah, the
do
one
you
who
think...
just went, "For fuck's sake, listen to me."
Yeah. Illyria is just like, guys, I think we should follow this raven. And everybody's like, Illyria, you're fucking crazy.
okay, so
I
maybe
never want to
we
see
look.
another fucking raven in my life.
You're clearly upset, Kelvin.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to have such a difficult time talking to a bird.
That was not any normal.
I have an idea. How about we get inside and get ready for the
Tea time?
yeah.
The bird gets louder.
Burgish louder.
The bird gets louder. It starts to fly and is like hovering just beside Kelvin and continues to caw in space.
Illyria just smiles at Kelvin and says, I do think you made a friend.
Oh, maybe it's. Maybe you just want something more shiny. And Asma just plucks another like scale.
The bird notices, immediately like stops paying attention to Kelvin, flies over to you, lands in your like on your hand, takes the shiny scale in his mouth, then nods towards you, and then flies off.
You like put it in its nest to just fly some other place.
It flies over the building.
She looks perplexed. Huh. Wow. And she points at the tree where it just took its other scale. Huh. Wonder where that one's going with that scale.
I don't
Then the raven comes back, picks up the other scale, and disappears over the building again.
Can I like rush to the side here, and see if I can see if it's flying beyond the the building, or if it's like
Yeah, you can. You rush to the side. You don't see the raven flying anywhere.
all right, so
Illyria heads inside because she's done standing around the ring.
oh, good job, Calvin. I guess.
Yeah. Certainly something.
Leaving Calvin behind.
Just
Oh, he
kinda
doesn't
like
wanna
a
get-
headache. I think the
Go.
bird was cute, but oh well.
I love
that
the
bird.
bird.
It was
Something
precious.
that I haven't said is that I'm actually running on 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah,
Alright.
I've been thinking Illyria should like pick up something where she can speak with animals. But it would have like
maybe.
no like real reason, like
Yeah, maybe. And when we come back next time, you guys will open the doors to the Blue Water Inn, and we shall find out whatever you guys find next time on Curse of Mother Misery.